Hello everyone. Can you hear me? Am I audible for everyone out there? Hello guys. Hello. So welcome to your JEE May 2023 paper session, paper solution, January 25th, the second shift solution. So we are going to discuss the questions, guys, whatever questions you have received till now. We'll be discussing that in detail. I hope you guys have done a great job. In the examination. So how is everyone doing? I hope I'm audible for everyone out there. Hello students. Hello guys. Hello. So how was your examination, guys? How did the examination go? The maths was tough, chemistry was moderate, and physics was easy. Okay. The maths was tough, huh? Okay. Hello guys. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So what chemistry is moderate today? Okay. How much for 99 percentile? Well, let's discuss about that. I'll let you know in a few minutes. Good evening, guys. Good evening, all my lovely students. So, how was the paper? Well, whatever questions I've received till now in mathematics, few were doable questions, few were moderate questions. Okay. Well, difficult questions, I could hardly find one or two till now, okay. But let us see, the more the number of questions I receive, I'll let you know. But as of now, what I could find out, what I could figure out from the mathematics questions is, the questions were moderate, okay. Somewhat between average to above average, okay. So I'll get nearly 200, okay, perfect. Hello guys, hello everyone. Okay, chalo. So let us quickly start solving the questions, and all the students who have written the examination, you can cross-check your answers. So this is the first question for you. So this one is the first question for you guys. You can clearly see this. If alpha and beta are going to be the roots of this equation, a quadratic equation is given to us, and alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4 is equal to minus 30, that is given to us. Then find the product of all possible values of A. We need to find the product of all possible values of A. Did anyone do this question, guys? Have you done this question? It's very hard. I don't think so. Well, this question was actually a doable question, guys. I mean, definitely not a very easy question, okay, but if you know the concepts of quadratic equation, the basics of quadratic equation, and if you are having the speed in the examination, I think you can do this within 2-3 minutes without any trouble, trouble. So in this question, if you observe, guys, alpha and beta are going to be the roots of this. So let me write down this equation for you. X square plus 60 whole raised to 1 by 4 into x. So 60 whole raised to 1 by 4 into x plus a is equal to 0. Now alpha and beta are going to be the roots of this equation. So from here, can we write down what is alpha plus beta going to be? 60 whole raised to 1 by 4, and here you have a minus sign. Yes or no? It's minus b by a. So minus 60 whole raised to 1 by 4, that is alpha plus beta. So let me just write it down in a very clear way. So alpha plus beta is minus of 60 whole raised to 1 by 4. Now what is alpha into beta going to be? Well, that is c by a. So alpha into beta is simply a. Now in the question, is asking us to figure out what is the value of a. What are the possible values of a? We need to find the product of them. Now try to understand, guys, this is the information given for you. What is the info given to you? Alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4 is given as minus 30. Now how can I write alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4? Remember this a plus b whole square, which we have been learning, which we have been applying throughout our school and also in 11th and 12th. So what is this alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4? Can we write this as simply alpha square plus beta square, alpha square plus beta square whole square minus 2 alpha square beta square? Can we write it in this way? Alpha raised to 4 plus beta raised to 4. Definitely we can do that, sir. So that is going to be equal to minus 30. Okay. Now what is alpha square plus beta square going to be, students? Well, this can be written as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. Here you have another square here. So minus of 2 times of alpha beta. Okay. And that is simply going to be alpha square plus beta square. So let me take a square here. And you have minus of 2 times of alpha beta whole square. And this is equal to minus 30. This is basically how much? This is going to be minus 30. Is this clear for everyone out there, guys? Okay, perfect. Now, do we have alpha plus beta value? Yes, we have alpha plus beta. Do we have alpha into beta? Yes, we do have alpha into beta. Just substitute those values now. So what is alpha plus beta? It's going to be minus 60 whole raised to 1 by 4. Anyway, you have a square there. So let's ignore this negative. Okay, it's anyway not going to matter. So I'll simply write it as 60 raised to 1 by 4 whole square minus of 2 into alpha beta. Okay, that is going to be 2a. And you have a square again minus of 2 into alpha beta whole square. That is going to become a square, and this is minus 30. Clear? Now let me solve this equation, guys. Now let us see what I'm going to get here. So this is 2 ones are 2 twos are. So this is basically root 60 minus 2a whole square minus of 2a square, and that is minus 30. Now I think this is the step where you have to actually understand that we need not to exactly find out the value of a. We need just the product of all possible values of a, and we are getting a quadratic equation in terms of a. So all you can do is, for this quadratic equation, definitely if suppose a1 and a2 are the possible values, the product of them, that is the product of roots, is simply going to be c by a for a quadratic equation. So there is no need for us to find out the exact values of a. This is where you have to realize it. So let me just do the simplification of this. So what am I going to get here, guys? So I'm going to get root 60 minus 2a whole square. So let me just write it down for you. So root 60 minus 2a whole square, and what do we have here? Minus 2a square. Okay, minus 2a square, and that is equal to minus 30. Perfect. Now let me just apply this. Let me just expand this. I'll get 60 plus 4a square minus of, what is this one going to be? 2 2s are 4. 4 root 60 into a minus 2a square plus 30 is equal to 0. So guys, from here I'm getting 2a square minus 4 root 60 into a plus 90 is equal to 0. Correct? 4a square minus 2a square is 2a square. 60 plus 30 is 90. 4 root 60 into a. Now what are we interested in figuring out here? We are basically interested in finding out the product of all possible values of a. Now let me tell you, this is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation, and if you find the discriminant of this value, it is definitely greater than 0, which is indicating that for this quadratic equation, we'll definitely get two values of a. Let us suppose they are going to be a1 and a2. So let us say two values of a we are going to get here, and let us say that is going to be a1, a2. We need to find the product of these values. So that is, all you have to do is find out what is a1 into a2 going to be. That is the product of roots, which is c by a, 90 by 2. It's going to be 90 by 2, and that is simply going to become 45. And if you see, the right answer for this question is going to be 45, guys. 45. Did everyone got the answer? Did everyone got the same answer, 45? All the students out there who has written the examination today, and all the students who are doing it along with me, did you get the answer as 45? So is this a tough question? Definitely no. Definitely no. Because see guys, this concept of quadratic equations, we have been discussing this right from our class 10th, right? Alpha plus beta, alpha into beta. The only thing is that you have to know this modification technique, okay? So definitely it was a doable question. Nothing complicated, nothing crazy was happening in this question. It was, appropriate, a straightforward question with a little bit of calculation involved. Okay, so chalo, that was this question. The right answer of this should be 45. Now let me go to another question for you. Now you see this question, guys. Given that f of x is 2 into x raised to n plus lambda, so f of 4 value is given to you, f of 5 value was given to you. Find the sum of positive divisors of f of 3 minus f of 2. Find the sum of positive divisors of f of 3 minus f of 2. Now what should we be doing here? See, if you want to find out what is f of 3 minus f of 2, you first have to understand that we have two unknowns here. One is n is an unknown value. Another one is going to be lambda. We need to figure out what is n and what is lambda. So how do we do that? Simple. Let me just write it in this way. So f of x is going to be 2 into x raised to n plus lambda. So to figure out this n and lambda, we have two criteria given. So what is f of 4? That is basically 2 into 4 raised to n plus lambda. That is 133. And what is f of 5, guys? 2 into 5 raised to n plus lambda, and that is 255. Now using those two equations, we need to figure out what is n and lambda, correct? Now let me do one thing. Let me just subtract these two equations, guys. This equation from this equation. This is what I'm going to get. 2 into 5 raised to n minus 4 raised to n. This lambda and lambda will get cancelled. And what is this 255 minus 133? I think it's going to be 100 and I think it's 120, right? 120, how much is this going to be, guys? 2, not 120, sorry, 255, 133, you have a 2, you have a 2, you have a 1, it is 122. It's going to be 122, correct? 122. Now, try to understand this, guys. This is 2 ones are, this is 2 6 are, this is 2 ones are. Okay, so I'm getting 5 raised to n minus of 4 raised to n is going to be equal to 61. Now we need to find the value of n, for which 5 raised to n minus 4 raised to n is going to be 61. What is going to be that value of n? Can anyone tell me in the chat section, guys? For which value of n 5 raised to n minus 4 raised to n is going to be 61. Simple. You can just do the trial and error method. No. So what are we going to do? Substitute. See, definitely n cannot be 2 because 5 square is 25. You have to reach 61 out there. So where shall we go with n is equal to 3? I think n is equal to 3 will work out, I guess. N is equal to 3? Okay. N is equal to 3. If you substitute n is equal to 3 here, I'll get 5 cube. Let us just check it out. 5 cube minus of 4 cube, 125 minus of 64, which is definitely 61. So the value of n which we are going to get here is going to become 3. So we got the value of n. Now can we figure out the value of lambda? Of course, just substitute this value of n in any of these two equations. So if you do that, guys, you get 2 into, let us say 4 cube plus lambda is equal to 133. So what is lambda? 4 cube, 4, 16, 64, 128. So 133 minus 128. So lambda is simply going to become 5. Is this clear? The value of lambda is simply going to become 5. Perfect, perfect. Now, we got lambda, we got n. So we got our complete function. We have got our complete function, which is 2 into x raised 2 into x cube plus 5. This is our function. Now all we need to do is figure out f of 3 minus f of 2, man. So now we got to know f of x is 2 into x cube plus 5. In fact, there is no, if you observe the question also, guys, lambda value is not at all required because is interested in f of 3 minus f of 2. If you want to find f of 3 minus f of 2, anyway just lambda is going to go away. So if you don't find lambda also, it's completely fine. It's not required for the question. So if you want to find out f of 3 minus of f of 2, what is that going to be? 2 into, it's going to be 3 cube minus of 2 cube. So 2 into 3, 3, 9, 27, and this is going to be 2 cube 8. So this is 2 into 27 minus 8, 19, and that is going to be 38. Now this is not where the question ends. This is not where the question ends, students. He's asking you to figure out what is the sum of the positive divisors of this number. So first what we need to do is, we need to figure out what are the divisors of 38. 1, and of course positive divisors. 1, 2, definitely 2, and then we have 19. I think there is no other number between 2 and 19, right? 19, and then we have 38. All those are going to be the divisors of 38. Now all you have to do is just add them up. So if you add them up, students, what are you going to get? So it's going to be 1 plus 2, 3, 19 plus 3 is 22, 22 plus 38, guys. And the right answer is 60. The right answer for this question is simply going to be 60. It's not 59. I'm getting 60. Please cross check this once again. It's not 60, it's going to be 60, right? The right answer for this question is going to be 60, students. I hope it's clear for everyone out there. The right answer is going to be 60 here. Okay, so the right answer for this question is going to be 60. So is this a tough question? Definitely no. I can definitely rate it somewhere between easy to average question, guys. Easy to average question. Nothing complicated, nothing crazy again happening here. It was pretty straightforward question. See, we had to find f of 3 minus f of 2. Correct? So in my f of x, n was not there, lambda was not there. So to figure out n and lambda, these two criteria were given to me. I'm using those two criteria, got the value of n, which is 3. Now what I'm telling you is, if you want to find the value of lambda, do it. Go ahead, do it. No problem at all. But if you want to find f of 3 minus f of 2, anyway this lambda is going to get cancelled. So why should we waste at least 10 seconds in figuring out what is lambda going to be? You can actually skip it. Okay. So guys, here, if you find out f of 3 minus f of 2, you would end up getting 38. Now here, remember, most of the students might just go with 38 as an answer, but that is not what is he asking in the question. He's asking us to figure out the sum of the positive divisors of f of 3 minus f of 2. And for that, these are the positive divisors, 1, 2, 19 and 38. And if you add them up, you get the answer as 60. So is this clear for everyone, guys? Anyone is having any doubt here? I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay, chalo. So now let me go to another question for you. Now you see this question, a definite integral question. If you remember in shift 1 also, a definite integral question was asked, right? In fact, in the last, in the previous sessions on Jan 24th, in shift 1 as well as shift 2, there were two dead easy questions, literally dead easy questions from the definite integration. Okay, but this is not that easy. We need to do little bit work in this question to get the answer. So if you observe this, guys, how do we do this one, guys? Let me just, explain this to you. So in this question, now try to understand this. I is given as integration 1 to 2 dx by x cube into x square plus 2 whole square. This is what is given for you, correct? Now what shall we do? Well, we can actually do the simplification in this way. Let us do it in this way. I is going to be 1 to 2. Okay, it's going to be dx divided by, let me do one thing, guys. Let me take this x square as a common outside. So what am I going to get in that way? X cube into, I'll get x raised to 4, and this will be 1 plus 2 by x square, and here you have a whole square. So from here, I can write this as I is going to be integration 1 to 2. This is dx divided by, this is going to be x raised to 7 into 1 plus 2 by x square whole square. Is this clear for everyone out there? Okay. Now try to understand this, students. Try to understand this. The thought behind taking in this way. Okay. The idea behind writing in this way is, I want 2 by x square. Because I know that if I differentiate 1 by x square, I would be getting minus 2 by x cube. Agreed. If I differentiate 1 by x square, definitely I would be getting something like something by x cube. So here you have x raised to 7. So let me do one thing. Let me write it in this way. 1 to 2, you have dx here, whole divided by. Instead of writing x raised to 7, let me write this as x cube into, now what will be left out? X raised to 4, of course. Now let me write that x raised to 4 as x square whole square into 1 plus 2 by x square whole square. 1 plus 2 by x square whole square. See, it's all about modification. It's all about modification. And this question, I don't think we can apply any properties here by using any of the property. I don't think we can simplify the question given to us. We have to go with the proper indefinite integration only here. So this is how you can simplify. Now all you have to do is use integration by substitution method. So by using the integration by substitution, what are you going to do, guys? You can take 2 by x square to be equal to 2 by x square is equal to t. Yes, we can do that. If you take 2 by x square as t, differentiate this, I'll get minus 4 by x cube dx, and that is simply going to become dt. Now let me apply this modification, guys. Now what is dx by x cube from here? What is dx by x cube from here? Minus dt by 4. Agreed. Now let me apply this modification to this particular integral. So if you do so, this is the integral you're going to get. I is going to be integration. Now you have to change the limits accordingly. So for x is equal to 1, the value of t is going to be 2. For x is equal to 2, the value of t is going to be 1 by 2. Okay. And then dx by x cube, this entire thing, guys. Dx by x cube, what is that going to become? Minus dt by 4. So let me write it in this way, minus 1 by 4. You have a dt here into, now what is left out? 1 divided by 1 plus, this 2 by x square is t. So I can take it as 1 plus t whole square, okay, into, now what is this x square going to be? Now from here, we can say x square is basically 2 by t, agreed. X square is going to be 2 by t. Let me substitute the same thing in here. So in place of x square, I can say I'm going to get 4 by, and this is going to go in the numerator, and that is t square. I hope things are clear for you till this point. Is anyone having any more doubts, guys? See, it's all about modification. I have thought about it. I've seen the question. I could not find any property to solve this one. I could not find any property to simplify. See, property, when should you apply? I see students applying property blindly, but that will not work out, man. Properties, you have to apply the properties of definite integral. So to make sure that whatever question is given to you is simplified to a simpler version. That's it, modified to a simpler version. That is the main use of properties. That is how I see it. But that is not happening here. So that is why I just went with that indefinite integration. Indefinite integration, whatever modification techniques I have learned, I'm trying to apply that here. And this is where I have reached with those modification techniques. So let me show that to you. Guys, I'm going to get I to be equal to minus 1 by 16. Minus 1 by 16. And here you have a dt. Or let me do one thing. I don't like this minus. So let me just, interchange the limits, so that this minus will go away. Okay, so let me just remove this minus sign, guys, and okay, so 1 by 16, and this limit will be 1 by 2 to 2, 1 by 2 to 2, and what do we have here? T square divided by 1 plus t whole square, 1 plus t whole square into dt. This is what we have. Now how do we solve this one? How do we solve this one, guys? How do we solve this integral right here? Again, if you have done indefinite integration, if you have solved many questions in indefinite integration, you could have seen this type of question where all you have to do is just add and subtract 1. That's it. In the numerator, you add and subtract 1, students. If you add and subtract 1, sir, what is going to happen by this? What is going to happen if I do that? Well, you see 1 by 16 into. What I'll do is, let me take t square minus 1 separately. Okay, fine. So integration 1 by 2 to 2. Let me take this t square minus 1 separately, and t square minus 1. Can I write it as t minus 1 into t plus 1, students? Whole divided by, this is going to become 1 plus t. Agreed? 1 plus t whole square. Okay, dt. And what do we have here, guys? This is integration 1 by 2 to 2 dt by 1 plus t whole square. 1 plus t whole square. Now see, I'll not be doing the entire calculation. It might take some time. But if you observe this, guys, this t plus 1 and 1 t plus 1 is gone. The second integral is sorted out. You need not to do anything to the second integral. This is in standard form. dt by 1 plus t whole square. This is as good as dx by x square. So this one is sorted out. You know, this one is completely sorted out to us. The second integral is completely sorted out. Okay, and what about the first integral then? Let me just, simplify only this portion to you. Okay, so what I'm going to get here, integration 1 by 2 to 2, t minus 1 divided by t plus 1 into dt. T minus 1 divided by t plus 1 into dt. Correct? Now this is a very simple integral, man. You can do it, right? You can take it separately. Through that you can do it. Or else this can also be done in this way. Like add and subtract 1. I think that will work out here. If you add and subtract 1 here, I think if you add and subtract 1, I think that is going to work out here, guys. If you see here, if I just subtract and add 1, you see t minus 1 by t plus 1. So let me just subtract 1 and add 1 here, like this. I can definitely do that. Okay. Now, all I'm telling you is integration 1 by 2 to 2. Take these two terms. And if you take the LCM, I'll get t minus 1 minus t minus 1 divided by t plus 1. And then you have this term, which is plus integration 1 by 2 to 2 dt. Correct? Now you observe here, guys, this t and t is getting cancelled. I'll get minus 2 in the numerator. I can take minus 2 outside, and this is integration 1 by 2 to 2 dt divided by t plus 1. So dt divided by t plus 1, and definitely this integral is sorted out. There is nothing here. So 2 minus 1 by 2. And you see, guys, this is also a standard integral. Integration dt by t plus 1. It's log of t plus 1. So definitely a lengthy question. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. It's definitely a lengthy question, guys, but still, if you keep on doing the simplification, if you keep on looking for how to simplify the given terms, I think you would reach at this point. Okay. Now at the end, see, this is already sorted out. I told you this integral was sorted out. I just have to deal with this integral. For that, I added and subtracted 1, and from that I got the answer. So is this clear for everyone? Just do the calculation, guys. Just do the calculation here. This is the answer you have to get. This is going to be the answer which you have to get here. 5 by 3 minus 2 log 2. If you do this entire calculation, the calculation part I have left it to you. If you do the calculation, students, this is the answer you are going to get. So is this clear for everyone? Is the question clear for all the students out there? So again, definitely above average question where you had to know this modification techniques of indefinite integration. Then only you could have done it comfortably. Okay. So I hope this is clear for all the students out there, guys. Any doubt in this case? Okay, fine. So now let me go to another question for you. Now you see this question. How many numbers can be made between 5,000 and 10,000 using the digits 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 without repetition of the digits? Oh man, such a simple question. Again, this is an NCERT question. And I think again, this shift 2 people are very, very lucky. In fact, this type of question was also asked yesterday, I think in shift 1, I guess, where it was same type of question, very simple, very easy. What you have to do, see, from between 5,000 to 10,000, definitely there will be a 4-digit number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what are the digits we have here, guys? What are the digits we have here? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the digits we have here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Definitely, if the number should stay between 5,000 and 10,000, you can't take 1, 3, right? So the first position can be filled in 3 ways, either with 5, either with 7, either with 9. Now what about this position, guys? Since the repetition is not allowed, what does that mean? Out of 5, 7, 9, 1 digit is going to be fixed. Now 4 digits will be remaining. So this can be filled in 4 ways. This can be filled in 3 ways. And this can be filled in 2 ways. So what is the answer? 3 into 4 into 3 into 2. 4 3 is 12, 12 2 is 24, 24 3 is 72 is going to be the right answer for this question. 72? Perfect, very good. Easy peasy question tha. Easy peasy question. I think you should not be missing this type of questions, man. See, I'll tell you a very good analysis. Let us say you are stuck with this question. You wasted around 10 minutes in this question. Well, that is not preferable in the examination, right? I mean, let us say after 10 minutes also, you got the answer, which is 5 by 3 minus 2 log 2. Still you have lost it. Let me tell you, still you have lost the question. Still you have lost your way. Because in those 10 minutes, maybe you could have found this type of questions, maybe two, maybe, you know, how much time did this take? Not more than 20-30 seconds, right? So maybe in 10 minutes, instead of spending in this question where you're getting 4 marks, you could have done at least 3 to 4 questions, and in the same time, you could have got at least 12 to 16 marks. So be very smart, guys, be very smart. Don't get stuck in a single question. If you're not able to do it, first do the analysis, okay? You got the idea within 1 minute, go for the question. If it is becoming lengthy, you see the time, if it crosses, let us say 4 minutes or maximum 5 minutes, just leave that question. If you're not able to get an idea within 1 minute, maybe spare another 30 seconds, still not able to get it, still not getting the idea, just leave the question, go to the next one. Because there are so many questions waiting for you, so many easy questions waiting for you. So don't disappoint those questions, guys. Okay, and this is one such type of question for you, right? This is one such type of question for you. And then we have this question, guys. Find the locus of the circumcenter of the triangle formed by the tangent y square is equal to 6x, x equal to 0 and y is equal to 3. Now try to understand this question, guys. Let me first draw the diagram for you so that you'll clearly understand what is happening in this question. So y square is equal to 6x is this one, right? Y square is equal to 6x is basically a parabola, which is something like this. Okay. Now, you have x equal to 0. So this is your x equal to 0. This is your x is equal to 0 line. And what about y is equal to 3? So let us suppose this is your line, y is equal to 3. This is your line, y is equal to 3. And you're drawing a tangent at some point. Okay, such that it is forming a triangle. Remember that. You're drawing the tangent in such a way that it is basically forming a triangle. Okay, so let us say that here we can draw the tangent wherever you want. So let us say, let me draw the tangent somewhere here. Okay, let me draw the tangent somewhere at this point. So if you draw a tangent like this, let us say this is how the tangent is going to look like. And you see, guys, this is the triangle you're going to get. Okay. This is the triangle which you are going to get. This is the triangle which you are going to get. Is this clear for you? Now, you need to find the locus of the circumcenter. Now, try to understand whatever triangle we are going to get is a right angle triangle. Agreed, everyone? Whatever triangle we are getting in this case is a right angle triangle. It's going to be what? A right angled triangle, a right angle triangle. And what is the speciality of a right angle triangle, students? What is the speciality of a right angle triangle? Where does the circumcenter lie for a right angled triangle? Well, it is going to lie on the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Where does the circumcenter lie? For which one? For a right angle triangle, it is going to lie on the midpoint, not the orthocenter. Orthocenter is going to lie at this right angle. That is okay, completely fine. But if I'm asking the circumcenter, it lies on the midpoint of which one? The midpoint of this. The midpoint of this one as well as this one. The midpoint of the hypotenuse. Is this clear for everyone out there? So now let me take this as h comma k. Okay, now we need to find the locus of this one, the locus of the circumcenter, the locus of the C. So we need to get an equation in terms of the C. Okay, so I mean h comma k. Now how are we going to do this? So first things first, guys, we need to get this point and this point. Okay, now this point is pretty simple, right? Now this point is the intersection of y is equal to 3 and this line, the tangent line. This point is going to be the intersection of the tangent with the x-axis. Okay, so let me do that for you. So let us just write down. First, let me figure out what is the equation of tangent. Now, equation of tangent, you can directly see, since we need the locus, I always keep telling this to you guys. Whenever you want to find the locus, always use the parametric form. Because what happens is that in the parametric form, since only a single parameter is involved, you can easily eliminate them and get an equation without any issues, without any trouble. So in this case, the first thing is that get the equation of the tangent in the parametric form. So what is that going to be? So first let me write down the point for you. The point is at square comma 2at. Now what is the value of a here, guys? So y square is equal to 6x. It is 4 into 6 by 4 into x. Agreed? So that is 3 by 2. Yes or no? The value of a is going to be 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 at square. 3 by 2 t square comma 2at. So that is going to be 3t. Is this clear for everyone? So 3 into 3 by 2. Sorry. Just a minute. So at square. It's at square comma 2at. Correct? So a is going to be 3 by 2. Perfect. And then you have 2 into 3 by 2. Perfect. So this is going to be your point. Now find the parametric form, guys. So therefore, equation of the tangent. What is going to be the equation of the tangent? The equation of the tangent is going to be y into y1. Well, y1 is going to be how much? 3 into 2 is equal to, well, we have 6x, which is going to be 3 into x plus x1. So x1 is going to be 3 by 2 t square. So this is the equation of tangent, my dear friends. Okay. Now let me tell you, let us suppose this point is A and this point is B. We need to find C, which is the midpoint of A and B. So C is the midpoint of A and B. I told you, right, for a right angle triangle, where is going to be the circumcenter? It is going to be in the half of the hypotenuse. The midpoint of the hypotenuse is nothing but the circumcenter. So C is going to be the midpoint of AB. C is going to be the midpoint of A and B. Now try to understand this, guys. We need to get the points A and B, correct? Now how are we going to get it? Very simple. To find point B, all you have to do is keep x equal to 0. Since point B is nothing but where the tangent is cutting the y-axis. Agreed? So for that, let me just write it down for you. So for that, you have y into 3t, okay, is equal to, what is this? 3 into x plus 3 by 2 into t square. So here for the point B, okay, put x is equal to 0, guys. For x equal to 0, I'll get y into 3t, and that is equal to simply 3 into 3 by 2 t square, correct? And you have 3 getting cancelled. So the value of y which you're gonna get, yt is going to be 3 by 2 t square. So t and t is again getting cancelled. So the value of y is going to be 3 by 2t. So therefore I can tell you the point B is going to be 0, 3 by 2t. This is your point B, guys. Similarly, how do you find out? This point A? Point A is the intersection of y is equal to 3 and this line. So all you have to do is, in this line, for point A, you put y is equal to 3 in this equation. So let us suppose this is equation number 1. Put y is equal to 3 in equation number 1. Got it? So if you put y is equal to 3 in equation number 1, let us see what are we going to get here. So we are going to get y is equal to 3. So 3 into 3t is going to be equal to 3 into x plus 3 by 2 t square. Clear? 3 by 2 t square. So 3 and 3 is getting cancelled here, guys. So the value of x which you're going to get here is 3t minus 3 by 2 t square. So therefore the coordinate of A is 3t minus 3 by 2 t square, comma 3. This is the coordinate of A. Now you got the coordinate of B. You got to know what is the coordinate of A going to be there. Now all you have to do is find out the midpoint. Okay, so the rest of the portion, guys, I think you can do it, right? So all you have to do, let me do one thing. I think, okay, I have the space here, fine, no issues. So let me just do the entire question for you. So all you have to do is, for the point C, you need to take the midpoint of those two, guys. That is the midpoint of this A and B. So what is that going to be? 3t minus 3 by 2 t square. So 3t minus 3 by 2 t square, comma 2 comma, and what is the y coordinate going to be? For the y coordinate, it is 3 by 2t, 3 by 2t plus 3 whole divided by 2. And guys, let me tell you, this is your h comma k. What is this? H comma k. Now what is h going to be? In fact, 2h is going to be 3t minus 3 by 2t square. And what is your k going to be? In fact, 2k going to be 3 by 2t plus 3. Now from here, you can say t is going to be 2k minus 3, agreed, 2k minus 3 into 2 by 3. Now put this value of t in this equation, guys. Put this value of t in this equation. When you do that, you would end up getting an equation in terms of h and k. Substitute h as x and k as y. Okay, well, that is going to give you this solution. If you do so, this is the answer which you are going to get. So is this clear for everyone out there? Is this clear for everyone? It's a very good question, guys. Trust me, it's a very, very good question asked on the geometry. In fact, you see the previous, the yesterday's sessions also, specifically on coordinate geometry, where, it's talking about the tangents of, the parabola, or let us say circle or hyperbola. The questions are framed in a pretty good way. You have to definitely know the basic stuff. See, one thing is that you should be knowing that, okay, circumcenter lies on the half of hypotenuse. Okay, that you have to definitely know. If that is known for you, I think the rest of the question you can figure out, like what would be the way, how are you going to go, okay, what is going to be the route for solving this question. So I hope this is clear for everyone out there, guys. So this is how you have to do it, pretty simple. Okay, so once you figure it out, then all you have to do is first draw the diagram. You'll get an idea that what exactly points we need to figure out, and from that I think the rest of the thing is pretty simple. Okay, chalo. So this question, I think if you would have done in the examination, then great, very good. You really got a very good conceptual skills, let me tell you that. So the answer is going to be this, guys. Okay, so now let me go. And how do you get this one? Again, I'm telling you, from these two equations, you got t here, right? Use this in this. The t will get eliminated. You get a locus, which is in terms of h and k. Replace h by x, k by y, you get the answer. Okay, chalo. So now let me go to this question, guys. 8 oranges, 7 red apples, 5 white apples are given. In how many ways 5 fruits can be selected containing at least 2 oranges, at least 1 white apple, and at least 1 red apple? Again, a dead easy question, guys, a dead easy question. It's not at all complicated, you can easily figure out. See, permutations and combination, I think in the morning session, we got a little bit a tougher side question. But again, this shift is reminding me of yesterday's shift, where permutations and combination questions were dead easy question. And this one is also going to fall in the same category. Now try to understand this, guys. So how many oranges do we have? Okay, oranges we have 8. The red apples we have 7. The white apples we have 5. Yes. Now, in how many ways 5 fruits can be selected containing at least 2 oranges? See, our target is you need to select 5 fruits. Now, how are you going to select those 5 fruits, everyone? Well, it should contain a minimum of how many oranges? At least 2 oranges and 1 white apple and 1 red apple. So that means what is happening is, out of those 8 oranges, already you have selected 2. Okay, definitely 2 should be there. And this red apples out of 7, definitely 1 should be there. And white apples out of 5, definitely 1 should be there. Now what does that basically mean? Well, only 1 is left out. No, 2, 3, 4. We need to select 5. So only 1 is left out. That 1, you can choose it from orange, or else from the red apple, or else from the white apple. So just write down the criterias, guys. What are the different criterias you're going to get here? So therefore you can say these are the different criteria. So let us say this is again orange, the red apple and the white apple. The orange, red apple and the white apple. You can go with, let us say, 3 oranges, 1 red apple and 1 white apple. Or else you can go with 2 oranges, 2 red apples and 1 white apple. Or else 2 oranges, 1 red apple and 2 white apples. These are the 3 cases you're going to get. Now what is going to be? So for this is what you're going to get. 8C3 into 7C1 into 5C1. And what about this one, guys? It is 8C2 into 7C2 into 5C1. And what about this one? Again, 8C2 into 7C1 into 5C2. So just add them up, calculate these values. If you add them up, you are going to get 6860. That is going to be the answer. So is this clear for everyone? Is this clear for everyone, guys? Anyone is having any doubt in this particular question? Is this clear for all the students out there? A pretty basic, man. It's an easy question, nothing complicated. Guys, please don't spam the chat. Use the chat for effective purposes, for something which is constructive. You know, don't definitely spam the chat, because there are students who are pretty serious, okay, who are pretty seriously listening to the class. Maybe they might be having their examination on 29, 30, 31st and 1st, and definitely it's a very important session for them. So definitely, guys, don't spam the chat. I'm telling you, this is going to be very beneficial for you, for all the students. I'm telling you, the types are repeating, man. You see, again, in shift 1, shift 2 yesterday, 2 permutations and combination questions in each shift. They were dead easy. And again, you see here, again 2 permutation combination question, dead easy questions. So what does this mean? You can expect permutations and combinations questions definitely. And any student still now who's not really confident with permutations and combinations, I would suggest you at least go through the basic stuff once again. I'm not telling you to go to this advanced level or very, very, complicated questions. At least the basic stuff, guys, the basic stuff, which will definitely help you out in solving this type of questions. These are easy peasy 4-mark questions for you. Okay, fine. You can choose one orange in one way, sir. No. These are not identical. These are not identical, guys. In fact, I got the same doubt when this question was given to me. I got the same doubt. I thought, okay, fine, 8 oranges, they might be identical. But if they're identical, he could have specified in the question. No. If they're identical, he could have specified in the question. If it's not specifying in the question, then definitely I would not take it as identical. I would just consider them as distinct oranges. So out of 8 oranges, if you want to select 3, it will be 8C3. If it is 7 red apples, 7 distinct apples, I want to select 1, 7C1. The same goes with the white apples as well. Here 8C2, 7C2, 5C1, 8C2, 7C1, 5C2. But in the question, if he's specifically mentioning that they're identical apples, like each apple is each type of fruit is going to be identical, then definitely I could have gone in a different way. Okay, so I hope this is clear for everyone. Sir, how 8C3? 8C3, no. See, I need to select 5. This is the selected fruits. Out of this 12, out of this 8, 7, 5, I need to select 5. In such a way that at least I need to basically at least keep 2 from oranges, 1 from red apple, 1 from white apple. So one way is, I'll pick up 3 from oranges, 1 from red apple, 1 from white apple. So 3 from oranges. In how many ways can you pick it up? 8 oranges are there. In how many ways can you select 3 oranges from that? 8C3. Same goes with 7C1, 5C1. Then what I'll do is that I have another case also where I can pick up 2 oranges, 2 red apples, 1 white apple, or another case where I can pick up 2 oranges, 1 red apple, 1 white apple. So I hope this is clear for everyone out there. You need to add them, no guys. This is different cases. Once you multiply them, you need to add this result. You have to basically go with the addition law, right? Addition rule, where there are different cases. When we have different cases which are satisfying the same criteria, just add them, okay? Just add up those cases, you get the answer. Okay, I hope it's clear for everyone out there, guys. So now let me just go to another question. Now you see this question. Let me tell you guys, in fact, I have mentioned this in my sure shot. If you go and just check out my videos, the sure shot videos or the prediction wala video, I told you that from vector algebra, the questions are framed in this way, where he might give you, let us say, 3 vectors in which 2 are available, 1 is not available, you need to find out that vector. Or he might give you 4 vectors where 3 are available, 1 is not available, find out that vector. or maybe two vectors in which one is available, one is not available, and you need to find that vector. So whatever that unknown vector is there, you need to basically figure it out. And for that, the criteria will be given for you. And you see, same ditto question, nothing different guys, nothing different. A is given, A dot B, A cross B is given, is asking us to find out what is A minus 6B going to be. Nothing different. Okay, so that is why guys, if you have not watched that video of sure shot or prediction, definitely go watch it. It's going to be very helpful for you. The questions, the types of questions are directly asked in the examination. So you should not miss out this one guys. Now how do we solve this question here? Well, try to understand. A is given, right? So let us write down. A is going to be I minus j plus k. Let me take the vector B to be, since we need to find out what is vector B, let me take this as xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, cool. Now what is given for you? A dot B is 1. Now find out the dot product here. So A dot B is simply nothing but minus x minus y plus z is equal to 1. And remind you guys, you need at least 3 equations to get this answer. Because there are 3 variables x, y, z. We need at least 3 equations to get the answer here. So minus x minus y plus z is going to be equal to 1. Now what about A cross B guys? See, A cross B is very simple. Now A cross B, for that let me take it as I, and then you have j, and then you have k. So this is minus minus 1. It's going to be minus 1 here. This is going to be minus 1, and this is going to be minus 1 again. This is 1, and this is x, y, z. Okay, now find the cross product here guys. I'll get I cap into minus z minus y, and here you have minus j cap into minus z, it's going to be minus z and minus x, okay, plus k cap into, what are you going to get here? It's going to be y minus y plus x. This is what you're going to get. Okay, this is A cross B, and according to the question, this is equal to I minus j, I cap minus j cap. Now all you have to do is, when two vectors are equal, the coefficients of I, j, k has to be same, yes or no? So by comparison, if you observe here guys, by comparing, you can clearly observe that the I coefficient is minus z minus y, and that is equal to the coefficient of I on the right hand side, which is 1. The coefficient of j, here it is 1, here it is minus z minus x, and that is equal to how much again? That is equal to 1. And coefficient of k is 0, right hand side we don't have any k, so k is 0, that means minus y, so that is x is equal to y. I got this 3 criteria. So let me just write it down once again for you. So I got this criteria, which is minus x minus y plus z is equal to 1, and then I got z plus y is equal to minus 1, and then we got z plus x is equal to minus 1, and then we have x is equal to y. I think this is sufficient for you to get the values of x and y guys. So here all you can do is, let me do one thing. If you put x equal to y here, I'll get simply minus of 2y plus z is equal to 1. You have an equation already here, so z plus y is equal to minus 1. So subtract and add here. So I'll get minus 3y is equal to 2. So y is going to be minus 2 by 3. If y is minus 2 by 3, x is also minus 2 by 3. And if x is minus 2 by 3, what is the value of z going to be, students? If x is minus 2 by 3, the value of z is minus 1 plus 2 by 3, and that is minus 1 by 3. So therefore the vector b, what is that going to be? xi. So minus 2 by 3 I, minus 2 by 3 j, and you have minus 1 by 3 k cap. This is your vector b. But again, he's not asking you to figure out what is vector b. He wants you to find out what is a minus 6b going to be. So therefore a minus 6b, that is the vector a, which is minus I minus j, and then you have plus k minus of 6 into b. If you multiply 6 with this, so you would be getting plus, I think it's going to be 4i plus 4i plus 4j, and what is this one going to be, guys? This one is going to be, I think this is going to be minus of 3k. No, I think minus 4i, minus 4j, and what is this one? Are we getting all the negative values here? So x is going to be, just a minute guys, z plus x is going to be minus 1. So we have z to be minus 1 minus x. So minus x is basically minus of minus 2 by 3. So plus 2 by 3, this is fine. So the vector is this. So we need a minus 6b. Okay, so we have plus 3i plus 3j. And okay, and here we will be having plus, I think this is going to be 6. So this is going to be 2k. Correct. This is going to be 2k. Just cross checking it. I think no, there is nothing mistake here. So if you add up here guys, this will be 3i and this will be 3j and this will be 3k, and let me tell you, this is going to be the answer. This will be the right answer for this question. So is this clear for everyone out there? Is this clear for everyone out there guys? Is this clear for everyone out there? So again I'm telling you, this type of questions have been repeated in the previous yesterday's sessions also from vector algebra. We got this type of questions guys. We definitely got this type of questions. I told you that this type of questions can be expected from vector algebra in my sure shot video, in my prediction video, and you see here we have it. So definitely go through it in vector algebra. Don't miss out. Practice this type of questions. There are high chances that this type of question can appear in your examination. Okay, chalo. So with that, I think I'm done. Or do we have any question? Okay, we have another question guys. Binomial theorem. Wow, I think the paper is not complete till we have a binomial theorem question, right? The paper is not complete till we have a binomial theorem question. So what is this question guys? Summation k running from 0 to 651 minus k C3. Okay, let me put xk is equal to 0. I'll get 51 C3, perfect, plus, let me put k is equal to 1. I'll get 50 C3. So in that way, I'll get 49 C3. And this will go to last term, 51 minus 6, 45 C3. This is what we need to find out. I think the options might be given for you. Maybe the options might be, in terms of this NCR only. But let me tell you, how do you simplify this, guys? You can't find the values, no. You can't start doing the values, 51 C3 value, 50 C3 value, 49 C3. It would be very lengthy. It would become very lengthy for you. So instead of that, what you can do in this question is, guys, you remember this rule for which we have this name called Pascal's rule, which is NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 CR. Do you remember this rule, students? NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 CR. Definitely, we have learned this rule. Now, can we use it here? Can we use this particular rule here? Well, how, sir? See, first things first. If I could have something like this, see, this is what it is there, right? 51 C3 plus 50 C3, okay? And then we have 49 C3 plus so on 45 C3, okay? So if, again, the last two terms, let me write it down in this way. So 49, let me write all the terms for you so that you get the clarity what exactly is happening here. 48 C3, 47 C3, and then you have 46 C3, and then you have 45 C3, correct? Now what I'm telling you is that if I had 46 C4, sorry, if in place of 45 C3, if I could have 46 C4, how beautiful it could have been, right? If I, in place of 45 C3, if I had 46 C4, how beautiful it could have been. Why? Because I could have directly applied this formula, and from that the question is going to simplify. But I don't have 46 C4. So what should I do? Well, guys, try to understand. We can bring out this 46 C4. See, we know that 45 C3 plus 45 C4 is nothing but 46 C4. Agreed? NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 CR. So from this, what is 45 C3, students? What is 45 C3? It is 46 C4 minus of 45 C4. So can I bring out this 46 C4 here? Yes, definitely. Now applying the same logic. Now you observe this. Now the question is pretty simple. Now in the question, all we have to do is, so we have 51 C3, 50 C3, okay, 49 C3, and then you have 48C3, 47C3, 46C3. Okay, so in place of this 45C3, you write it in this way, plus 46C4 minus of 45C4. Now what is the use of this? As I told you, the question is literally a simple question. Now you see 46C3 plus 46C4, that is 47C4. 47C3 plus 47C4, that is 48C4. Now 48C3 plus 48C4, that is 49C4. 49C3 plus 49C4, that is 50C4. Now 50C3 plus 50C4, that is 51C4. And finally 51C3 plus 51C4, that is 52C4. Now what is the final solution, my dear kids? What is the final answer, my dear kids, here? The final answer which you are going to get here is 52C4, which is present here, and this minus part, minus of 45C4. This is going to be your answer. 52C4 minus 45C4. Any doubt in this question, guys? Any doubt in this question? Is it complicated? Definitely no. If you know this property Pascal's rule and how to apply this Pascal's rule, like in which question we need to apply this Pascal rule, definitely this is not a difficult question, guys. You could have done it very easily. Okay, so I hope this is clear for everyone. This is the right answer. Pretty simple question. Now let me go to another one. Now this is a complex number. This is a dead easy question. The moment I've seen this question, I felt happy because nothing should be done here. It's a pretty easy question. If you have done this type of questions in complex numbers, I think you would have done this very easily. See, all you have to do here is, whenever let us say this is given for you, let us say you don't even care about that. This is a circle, we need to find the center of the circle. Let's ignore that for a minute. If at all, only this is given also, there is only one standard method, guys. What is that method? Simply put z is equal to x plus iy. That's it. Let me just write it down for you. So x plus I times of, I can just club this I terms together. I'll get I into 2 plus y. And what is this one going to be? X plus I times of y minus 1. And let me apply this mod separately, which I can do it definitely. Now try to understand this. Apply the mod for the numerator and denominator, the magnitude. So what is the magnitude of the numerator? It's x square plus y plus 2 whole square, and you have a square root here. And in the denominator, again the same logic, x square plus y minus 1 whole square, you have the square root, and this is equal to 2. Now guys, just do the squaring on both the sides. No, if you do it, you'll get x square plus y plus 2 whole square, and that is 4 into x square plus y minus 1 whole square. Now do the simplification here. Now if you do the simplification, let me just write down that for you. What are we going to get here, guys? So you get x square plus y square plus 4 plus 4y, and this is 4x square, and this is 4y square plus 4 minus of 8y. This is what you're going to get. Okay, now simplify this. Let me just write it down here itself. I have to go to another page. I'll get 3x square plus 3y square, and what else, guys? 3x square, 3y square, I think that is minus 12y, minus of 12y. Do we have any x term here? Okay, no x term. So this is done, 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 and I think 4 and 4 is getting cancelled. That's it, equal to 0. This is the equation I'm getting for the circle. 3x square plus 3y square minus 12y. So 3x square plus 3y square minus 12y is equal to 0, which is x square plus y square minus 4y is equal to 0. Therefore, what is the center, guys, here? 0, 2. The right answer for this question is 0, 2. So is this clear for everyone out there? The right answer for this question, the center is going to be 0, 2. Anyone is having any more doubt in this question? See, it's pretty simple, man. See, What I'm telling you is that he's given that this is a circle, right? It's given this is a circle. Okay, so what I'm telling you is, in fact, if this was not given for you also, you could have done this question. This doesn't really matter to us. Whenever we find this type of equations, no, the proper method, the standard method which we have is take z as x plus iy. Now once you have taken z as x plus iy, you see what I'm going to get? X plus, in place of this iy, 2i, I can write it as I into y plus 2. Agreed. In the denominator, x plus I times of y minus 1. Agreed. You have this mod here. I can apply it separately to the numerator and denominator. And after that, all I'm doing is applying this magnitude wala formula. And this is what I'm going to get. Now, simple thing is that I'm just squaring on both the sides, guys. I'm taking this to the right hand side. That's it. Nothing crazy I'm doing here. So if I do that, you see what I'm going to get? X square plus y plus 2 whole square. 4 into x square plus y minus 1 whole square. Now do the simplification. X square, y square plus 4 plus 4y. And you see here, 4x square. Y minus 1 whole square, if you do the expansion, multiply it with 4, 4y square plus 4 minus of 8y. Now guys, it's very simple, man. X square, 4x square, 3x square. Y square, 4y square, 3y square. 4y and you have minus 8y. So if you take this to this side, it will become minus 12y. This 4 and 4 is getting cancelled. We don't have any x term. Now what is remaining? This equation. Now this is a circle equation, right? Guys, you have to remember this, man. This is pretty basic stuff. X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0 is going to represent a circle for which the center is going to be minus g comma minus f. So from here, you will get to know that, okay, center is going to be 0 comma 2. So is this clear for everyone? Anyone is having any doubt in this question? So again, is it an easy question? Definitely. If the student has done this type of question, no, where he exactly knows, okay, I get this type of question, just put z is equal to x plus iy, do the simplification, we have got the answer. Okay, so I hope it's clear for you. So now let me go to another question. Now this is another definite integral question, guys. I'll just give you a method for this. It's not a difficult one. Now here what you have to do is try to understand mod of ln x is given. And this is 1 by 3 to 3. Which property should I use here? Whenever I see this mod, no, the only one property that comes to my mind is, okay, I need to break the interval. I need to write this in intervals such that I need to see in that interval where is my ln x positive, where is my ln x negative. Agreed. So for that, all I'll be doing is, if you observe the graph of ln x, this is how it looks like. We do know that between 0 to 1, the ln x values are negative. And after 1, ln x is positive. Agreed, everyone? Between 0 to 1, the ln x is negative. The ln x kya hoga yahan pe? It's going to be negative. And after 1, what is happening in this case, guys? After 1, the ln x is going to become positive. So according to this logic, can you break the interval, guys? Definitely. So between 1 by 3 to 1, I'll get minus ln x dx. And between 1 to 3, I'll get a positive ln x dx. Now all you have to do is solve these two basic integrals, guys. See, you should already know ln x integration is basically using the integration by parts. You would get x ln x minus x, apply this limits, which is basically 1 by 3, 1 by 3 to 1, plus, and what about this one, guys? Again, this is x ln x minus x, and the limits are going to be between 1 and 3 again. Clear? Now all you have to do is just apply the limits, man. Apply the limits and compare it with this result, everyone. If you do so, you'll get to know that the value of m is basically nothing but 4. The value of n will turn out to be 3. So m square plus n square minus 5. And that is going to be 4 square 16 plus 9 25 Yeah, 25 minus 5, and that is going to be 20. The right answer for this question is going to be 20, students. Okay, so I'm not doing the entire calculation part because I feel it's trivial. You can do that by yourself. You can directly apply the limits, guys. All you have to do is apply the limits, compare it with this result. You can easily figure out what is m and n value. So is it an easy or tough question? Definitely an average question, guys. Average level question. Okay, nothing complicated here. You just have to understand how ln x is going to behave. So between 0 to 1, it's negative. 1 after 1, it's positive. So according to that, you can break the interval. Once you know this, I think nothing crazy here. It's just plain flat level question. Okay, fine. So 20 is going to be the right answer, guys. So I think I'm done with my set of questions. I think we have another question. Oh my God, I think we have a lot of questions. So now you see this question as well. This was an interesting question, guys. This was actually a very interesting question. You observe this question here. The straight line, okay, let me just draw the straight line for you. You have your x-axis here and the y-axis here. The straight line 3x plus 4y is equal to 60. 3x plus 4y is equal to 60, something like this, correct? So this is 3x plus 4y is equal to 60, where let me tell you this point right here is going to become 20 and this point right here is going to become 15. It's pretty simple. Put x equal to y is equal to 0, you get this point, x equal to 0, this point. Makes a triangle with the axis. How many points a comma b lie inside this triangle? Which triangle? This triangle. How many points lie inside this triangle such that b is a multiple of a? B is a multiple of a. What does that mean? B is a multiple of a. That means I can tell you b by a, where b is divisible by a. Where b is divisible by a. Can I put it in this way? Where b is divisible by a. Can I put it in this particular way? Yes or no, everyone? This question is a very interesting question. I want you guys to focus here. It's a good question. I mean, in the examination, the student who has done this question is actually a very, very well prepared student. Okay, so this one, which is b by a, okay, where b is going to be divisible by a. Now try to understand this. We need to choose the values inside this triangle such that this is what is going to happen. I mean, it has to satisfy this criteria. Now guys, try to understand again. This is 0. Let us say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Now this will go on till how many points? Till 20. So 6, 7, 8, 9, so on. And again, here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 and all these things. And let me tell you, in the question that is missing, but he could have mentioned that a comma b should be integers. Okay, a comma b should be positive integers. He could have mentioned that in the question. At least anyway, this is not the exact question that appeared in the examination, so we're not very sure about it. But anyways, guys, try to understand this. Yahan pe what is happening is, you need to choose the values of a and b such that b is going to be divisible by a. Now let me start from 1. Let me start from 1, students. Let me start from this point. Let me start from a is equal to 1. If a is 1, what values of b you can take? You can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Till which points? Till you can go till 14. Agreed? If a is going to become 1, you can take which values of b here? B can be 1, b can be 2, b can be 3. Since all these numbers till 40, you can't go till 15, guys. Because for a is equal to 1, that is x equal to 1, you see what is happening? 4y is going to become 57. So y is going to be 57 by 4. So this is not, I mean, it's not 15 exactly. For x is equal to 1, y is not 15. It's going to go outside the triangle if you go with y is equal to 15. But we want inside the triangle, correct? So how many points would you get for that? For x is equal to 1, that is a is equal to 1, you would be getting b as 14 points. You'll get b which is 14 points. That is b from 1 to 14. Okay, now what about the next case? For x is equal to 2, that is a is equal to 2. Now think about it. For a is equal to 2, for the maximum value which we can go. Again here, guys, if you put x is equal to 2, the 4y is going to become 54. So So y is going to be 54 by 4, and that is somewhere between 12 to 13. Agreed. So that is, you can't, sorry, not 12 to 13. It's somewhere between 13 to 14. So you can reach 13, not 14 here. Correct? So we can say for 2, you're restricted. The values of b are restricted between 1 and 13. Now choose the values of b between 1 and 13 in such a way that it is divisible by 2. So how many values you would be getting? Okay, 2, 4, 6, then you have 8, okay, and then you have 10, and then you have 12, okay. So you would be getting how many values in this case? Or can we go till 14 here? Just a minute. So I guess we can 4 ones are, okay, I think 4 threes are 12, 52. I think we can go till, okay, fine. So this is going to be how many ways here? This is going to be in 7 ways. 14 plus 7. Okay, perfect. Now what about 3 here, guys? For 3, for x equal to 3, what is going to happen? 4y is going to be 51. 4y is going to be 51. So y is going to be 51 divided by 4. Okay, so that's basically, you can go between 12 to 3. If you consider 12 to be your upper limit, okay, what is going to happen there? So for 3, it can be either 3, 6, 9 or 12. So that is basically in 4 ways. Similarly, if you go with 4, what is going to happen? For 4, you see 3 4s are 12. 60 minus 12 is 48. You can go till 12. So that means you can go with 6, 4, you can go with 4, you can go with 8, you can go with 12 as well. So here you will be getting 3. And then for 5, I think then you should be having 5 here. For 5, what is going to happen? 15, 60 minus 15 is 45. So it's going to be between 11 and 12. The maximum you can reach is 11 there. I mean the integer part. So that is for 5, it's going to be 5 and 10. So it's going to be 2 here. And finally for 6, it is just going to be 1. Okay. So how much is going to be the answer here, guys? So 14 plus 7, that's going to be 21, plus 4, that's going to be 25, plus 3, 28 plus 2, 30, 20 plus 1, and that is going to be 31. So is this clear for everyone out there? So for 6, it's going to be only 6, because for x equal to 6, what is going to happen? You see here, 3 6 are 18, 60 minus 18, how much is that going to be? 42. So you can go between 10 and 12, that's it, sorry, 10 and 11. So that is, the integer you can go is still 10. So for 6, you can basically go only one time. It's only 6 and 6. You can't take any other number. For 7 also, it's the same thing, I think. So 7 also, you see what is happening. 7 3s are 21. So 60 minus 21, how much is that going to be? 10, and you have a 5 here. So this is 39. Okay. So 39 by 4. You can go from 9 to 10. 9 to 10. So 9, so you can reach one time for 7. So I think here you should be adding another 1, guys. It will be 14 plus 6, and here it will be 1, extra 1. Okay. And for 8, it will not be there. Because for 8, what is going to happen? You see, for 8 3s are 24. From 60, you remove 24. So how much is that going to be? 60 minus 24. It's going to be basically 10. So you basically get 36 here. So 36, that means you can go from 8 to 9. In fact, exactly to 9. Okay. And for 8, you can't do that, right? So I hope this is clear for everyone out there, guys. So this is the solution, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not pretty sure, but it's a very good question. Definitely, it's a very, very good question. Okay, definitely, it's a very good question. I can tell you that. So all you have to do is first draw the diagram, and then you have to go with these numbers, plot the numbers, and then you see that, okay, you have to choose the values of A such that B is exactly divisible by A. You have to accordingly choose that. Okay, so accordingly you can say for 1 you got this 1, 2, you can go with B is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6 till 14. So that is how you got 14 there. The similar logic you can apply for 2, 3, 4, 5, go till you get a, finite possible feasible values, and that is going to be the answer. So I hope this is clear for everyone, guys. And after that, what do we have? I think that's it. Okay. So guys, these are the questions. I received till now. Okay, these are the questions I got from my students, from our students till now. If we have few more questions, definitely, if I get few more questions, definitely we'll make another video. In fact, I'll continue. I'll again come back. I'll discuss those questions, guys. Okay, so chalo. So just a minute. Let me just call Shreyas sir. Let me just call Shreyas sir. Hello, sir. Sit down. Hello. हाँ sir, done. Are you going to? Hello. हाँ sir जी, done. Are you going to continue? Hello. Hello. Okay, in the meantime, guys, how was the paper? I think the questions which you have done till now, I think you should have got a pretty good idea, right? Okay, just a minute. Hello, sir ji. हाँ sir, yeah. Okay, I'll just end the stream then. Okay, fine. Thank you. Bye. Okay, guys, I'll just. So Shreyas sir is going to continue, guys. The physics analysis is going to be there now. So just stay here. Continue, guys. The physics analysis is going to be there now. So just stay here.
All right, looks like I'm audible as well as visible. Do let me know, guys, in the chat section. Yes, looks like I'm audible and visible. Welcome aboard, my warriors. So let's straight away dive in to the physics discussion of today's afternoon session. I'm pretty sure you had a lovely, amazing session of maths by Gautam sir. Now after physics, remember Wazim sir is going to come for the chemistry discussion. So do not go anywhere, stay tuned till the end. So let's straight away dive into the physics discussion with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu, teaching kids for a very, very long time. And you will get the entire PDF on the Telegram channel. The link is there in the description box. So go ahead, smash the like button quickly and let me know, are you guys excited? Yes, I am tired, but I'm also excited. I'm tired but excited, and only looking at you guys I'm coming over here. That's it. So 300 plus people, guys, live, guys, and I want these likes to go up to at least 300. Make this 240, 300 right now. Hello Dharni, hello Tanuja, hello Mani, hello Hari, hello Goxer. Thank you for the warm, lightning, super duper welcome. Hello Bharat, super excited, says Tanuja. I had my dinner. Yes, I was waiting and I was having my dinner simultaneously, solving, arranging all the questions. So you know it takes some time. Hello Hari Babu, hello Shrujana. Okay, take this up to 61. I wanted to reach 300 quickly. Then I'm going to start the session. Great, great, great. Here's the first question coming up on your screen. What is this question saying? It's saying that when you have this wire and you increase its length 5 times, what is the final resistance? This same question came on 24th January in the first shift in a different way. So same concept again repeated. We know that resistance is rho times L by A, and what is area? Area is volume divided by length, so it will become rho by V into L square. That's resistance. So resistance is proportional to L square. Is that right? Resistance is proportional to the square of the length. Now what has happened to the length? If you notice, it has become 5 times. So if you make this 5 times, the square of it will become how many times? 25 times. That means the resistance will also become 25 times. So the new resistance will be 25 times of the old resistance. So it is going to be 125 ohms. How many of you got the answer? Excellent. No, 25 is not the answer. A lot of you are going to mark option A, but that is going to be wrong. So they have played with your mind. They have played some mind games with you. So many of you have marked 25. That's not the answer. It's 125. Question is, what is the new resistance? Not how many times. 25 times, yes. But 25 times 5 is 125. That's the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Find this velocity of the particle given by x is equal to 2t square at t is equal to 2 seconds. Straight away question. These are the kind of questions which is usually done when some teacher of physics usually teaches derivatives. Probably one of the first few problems. And this is what they have asked, such a simple question. So velocity is derivative of x with respect to time. That means it is derivative of 2t square with respect to time. 2 is a constant. Derivative of t square is 2t. 2 2s are 4. So answer will be nothing but 4t. But the question says velocity at 2 seconds. So velocity at 2 seconds will be 4 into 2, which is nothing but 8 meters per second. 8 meters per second is option A. Very good, Kanan, Gosdar, Jaydeep, Shabriz, MM Video, J. Kevin, Lakshmi, Sasismita, Dharni, Bhukia. All right, don't worry, Thanuja says. Okay, very good, consoling other students out there. Very good, Aditya. Very good, Yashwant. Awesome, Manish. Awesome, awesome. Moving on to the next question. This was like, you should have got the marks in that. That's all. Okay, now there is a SHM. I told you SHM related questions are coming again and again in every shift. So alert. Okay, so what it says is basically there is a particle performing SHM, goes from 0 to a by 2 in 2 seconds. How much time it takes to go from a by 2 to a? Okay, so if I draw the SHM, it will be easy. This is your mean position, this is your extreme position, this is also your extreme position. So just imagine at t is equal to 0, it is here. Somewhere it will be at t is equal to 2 seconds. Somewhere here it will be at t is equal to 2 seconds. This is basically x is equal to a by 2. We know in general, x is equal to a sine of omega t, right? But in this specific case, when x is a by 2, when it reaches a by 2, then what is the value of time, you might ask? Well, this amplitude and this amplitude cancels. So sine of omega t is basically half. Whose sine is half? Obviously 30 degrees, which is basically pi by 6. Naturally, but the time value should be 2. So I'm just going to put 2 over here at every place. So time is 2. So 2 omega is pi by 6, or omega is basically pi by 12 radians per second, you might say. That is what the value of omega I got. And I think I will need it for solving the problem. I'll tell you why. If you consider the time to start here, it completes one oscillation in one time period. So the time taken for it to just reach over here, will be time period by 4. T by 4, T by 4, T by 4, T by 4. This entire thing is T. So T by 4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. So total time period by 4. And I think I can easily find time period, which is 2 pi divided by omega, which is 2 pi divided by pi by 12. So that's right, pi by 12, yes. So that's going to make it 24 seconds. 24 seconds, just check this out. Right, everybody with me? So the time period is going to be 24 seconds. So what is this value of time going to be? 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4, which is nothing but 6 seconds. So at 2 seconds it was here. At 6 seconds it was here. So obvious common sense now. How much time does it take to go from here to here? At 6 it is here. At 2 it is here. So from here to here, how much time will it take? Obviously 6 minus 2, which is nothing but 4 seconds. Isn't that right? Very good. That's the correct answer, option B. There you go. Proud of you, all my warriors. No. Answer is not C. Total time to go from here to here is 6. Here to here is 2. So subtract the 2. Then you get 4. Be careful. Okay? Very tricky, but not so difficult. Moving on to another question coming up on your screen. If there is an object of mass and placed at a height r from the surface, find the increase in the potential energy when its height increases to 2r. Okay, let me just draw the diagram to make more sense out of it. So this is our planet of radius r, mass m. So initially the point mass is kept at a distance of r, now from the surface of the earth. Next, it is taken to a height of 2r. Okay, so now I take it to a height of 2r. So I have taken it over here. So the question is, how much is the change in the potential energy to bring this mass from here to here? So first things first, my dear students, the change in the potential energy is final minus initial. Now the final part is basically the one in blue and the initial part is the one in green. So the final potential energy, my dear students, is minus GMM divided by, if this is 2r, remember from here, you have to add this r. So actually the distance from center to center is basically 3r. Everybody gets this? Why this is 3r? 2r is from the surface. So hence from the center it is 3R minus, what do you have minus? Initial energy. This is R from the surface, so from the center it is 2R. So minus GMM divided by 2R. Is that right, my dear students? Okay, so now rest of it is simple math. What you need to do is take GMM divided by R as common. You will see minus 1 by 3 over here and plus 1 by 2 over here. When you take the LCM, it will be 6. 3 2s are 6, correct? And you're just going to have 3 minus 2 over here. So that is going to give you nothing but GMM by 6 times of R. But that is not the answer over there. We need to convert it by a simple way. Look at this, GM, okay, divided by, I will write it as R square. 1 by 6 is kept as it is. M is also kept as it is. Because I make it R square, I will also multiply it by R to preserve the equality. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Because I know Gm by R square is actually acceleration due to gravity. And this is GmR divided by 6. And is that option there somewhere? Is that option there somewhere? Yes, it is there as option number B. Is that clear? Very good. Very good. Awesome, Coxter, Aditya, Jaydeep, Savrees. Very good. No, Parubadi, it is not C. Yes, that's the correct answer. How we got 3R, Pranati? Look at it, bacha. This 2R is only from here till here. This is 2R. And this R is only from here till here. So you need to account this R also. That's why 3R. So this is basically, this 3R is basically R plus 2R. Same thing over here. This 2R is basically R plus R. Is that clear, my dear students? Perfect. Negative marking is there, Sabris. Yes, negative marking is there. Okay, as per the instructions provided by NTA. Now this question is also very similar to the previous question. I'm not sure whether this also came and this also came. I really doubt two questions of same chapter, same concept came in the same shift. So the same type of question has come and the answer for that is 3 mg r by 4. Just check it and let me know. Did this question come or did this question come? Most likely I think this came. Maybe the student remembered something else and maybe that's why we have two types of question of the same kind. Okay. Thank you, Lakshma Reddy, Buduru. I'm so glad. Thank you for the heart. Means a lot. Means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Mungala, don't spam bacha or else you will get blocked. A moving coil galvanometer is connected to a spring constant and it is placed. It is not pleated. Why will you plead? Okay, this is not pleated, guys. It is placed. It's placed in a magnetic field. Okay, and current is 4 milliamperes. Deflection is this much radian. Find the area of the coil. So for a moving coil galvanometer, the torque by the spring is balanced by the torque by the magnetic field. Now the torque by the spring is torsional constant into the angular displacement. Torque by the magnetic field is mb sine 90. That's all. mb sine 90. Here magnetic moment is number of turns into current into area. B is as it is. This is k theta. Question asked is find the area of the coil. So area of the coil is k theta divided by NIB. Okay. I think we have a lot of NIBs and NIBIs in our chat box also. Yes or no? Just put up a small smiley if you think so. So many NIBAs and NIBIs in our chat box these days. What to do, man? What to do? What are you guys doing? This is not the place to be NIBAs and NIBIs. Okay. So what is the value of K? The value of K, where is it? Where is it? It's basically nothing but 100 and then we have 0.05 divided by number of turns, which is 200, and then current, what is it? 4 milliamperes. So 4 into 10 to the power minus 3, and B is 0.01. So put it over here and you will get the answer. That's it. You figure it out. Looks like very few people got the joke, but those of you got, proud of you. You guys relate to me very well. Proud of you guys. So area is 625 meters square. Just check it out. If we get it as 625 meters square, that's the answer. Okay, if you want to do the calculations, I leave it up to you, or I have put it up over here is the solution slide. Moving on to the next question. When silicon is doped with boron, then it is p-type, and when it is with arsenic, then it is n-type. I think it is the correct statement. Completely theory based. Either you know it or you don't know it. You cannot say, sir, I'm going to derive it. No, it's not possible. Vedant, if current was 10 milliamperes, then change the values accordingly and find out. Basically, you should just substitute, okay? No problem, fine. Thank you for pointing it out, but it's okay. It is possible to measure current using ammeter if n-type and p-type are joined. If n-type and p-type are joined, no guys, it is wrong. Reason being, when you join n and p-type, then what happens? There is basically diffusion current flowing like this and drift current flowing like this. The diffusion current and drift current are flowing internally. All this is happening internally, and they cancel out each other and the net current is zero. So you cannot actually measure that current when you connect n-type and p-type together. Is that okay? Very good, very good. Thank you, Shashank. Captain also rocks, and warriors also rock even harder, man. Come on, you guys are more rocking than me, and I know that you guys are going to make me proud really soon. Okay, next question. Find the magnetic field at a point P which is equidistant from both the wires. At a point P which is equidistant from both the wires. Dharni, what is NIBS and NIB? What do you mean by that? Oh my god, Dharni, you need to be educated. Okay, maybe other students can coach you well. Anyways, so over here, this is basically 3.5 centimeter and this is also 3.5 centimeter. Now, if the current is going like this, field due to that will go inside. If current is going downwards on the right hand side, then the current will again go inside. So both the magnetic fields are inside, so they will add. Both of them I have found out using right hand rule. Current's direction thumb, curled fingers is the magnetic field. That's all. So the net magnetic field will be mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi r plus mu naught I2 by 2 pi r. Over here, mu naught by 2 pi, as it is, r is nothing but 3.5 centimeters, and we have current 1 plus current 2, which is 8 plus 15. Now do the math, you should get the answer. Just do the math and you should get the answer to around 13.14 into 10 to the power minus 5. Just check this out if you get that answer. Okay, just check. Okay, just calculate it and check it. How much percentage should you get into for getting into triple IT? I think 99 point something percentile only. I don't know the exact percentile, but it will be above 99 only. It's a very competitive environment to get into triple IT Hyderabad. It's not easy, so hardly it closes well below 1000 rank or 2000 rank only. Stopping potential is independent of intensity. Stopping potential depends on the wavelength. See, we all know, if you have drawn the graph of stopping potential for different intensities I1, I2, and basically this is nothing but your voltage. Versus your current in case of photoelectric effect. All the intensities combine together at the same point. So hence, stopping potential is independent of the intensity of the light. Definitely correct. Stopping potential depends on the wavelength of light. Yes, if you notice, hc by lambda is work function plus E times of Vs. Wavelength directly relates to the stopping potential. Stopping potential depends on the wavelength. Definitely it is correct, but it is not the correct explanation of it. I mean, this is independent, this is also independent. So both statements are correct. Everybody clear? Very good, Goxler. Yes, both are correct. Excellent, Tanuja. Perfecto. Awesome, awesome. Maths discussion has happened, Jangliti. Now after physics, chemistry is going to happen. Okay. Moving on to the next one. I don't know why they asked this question. I was not really sure because it doesn't seem like a physics question to me at all. I mean, there is nothing great about this question, but still, I'll just solve it for you. There were 2 points given and they have asked what is the relationship between temperature at point P and temperature at point Q. This is temperature at point P and this is temperature at point Q in general. What I feel is, this is the equation of a straight line. I know one point, I know other point. I need to find the locus of all the points which lies on the line joining these 2 points. So this is basically 2 point form which you have learnt in straight lines in maths. So it is basically y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, which is y minus y1 upon x minus x1. So y2 is basically 180 minus y1, which is 30, upon x2 minus x1, that is 100 minus 0, is y minus y1. So tp minus 30 divided by x2 minus x1, so tq minus 0. So this will be 150 divided by 100. This will be TP minus 30. This will be TQ as it is. A lot of things will start getting cancelled. 15 goes 3 times. This goes 2 times. Just cross multiply. So this will be 3 times of TQ will be 2 times of TP minus 60. So I think TP is placed on one side and TQ on the other side and with 60. So 2 times of TP is 3 times of TQ plus 60. See if this is what you get as the final answer. That's it. It's a straight line equation. I don't know why they asked this kind of a question. I mean, more like a maths question. Nothing great about it. Yeah, options galat hai. Caption HD25 is that? I don't know. This is what the students have told. I don't know whether it is actually exactly the same question or not, but I'm really little bit doubt. This question was not there in the exam. Okay, so I'm really doubting this question. Maybe it was something else, but very similar to it. Maybe something else was asked. I don't know, but I'm just solving it for you, just in case. A conductor of length 1 meter moving in a perpendicular. Oh my God, I thought this was a biological term of some disease, of some crazy thing. Okay, anyways, to B is equal to 2T, with V is equal to this, find the EMF induced. What are you going to do, guys? BLV, na? A moving conductor in a magnetic field with certain speed, certain length, BLV, magnetic field 2, length 1, and speed 8, that's going to be 16 volts. 16 volts. That's it. Yes, M. Lakshmi, it is perpendicular. Yeah, I know that. Okay, happens. Silly mistakes happen, right? Even people who are at the back end, they will also make silly mistakes because I keep pushing them. Come on, give me the paper fast. Give me the paper fast. I have to go. Students are waiting. And then when I see, oh, 40 people waiting, 50 people waiting, I'm like, okay, I need to go there really fast. So, you know, they are also in a hurry and they will also make some silly mistakes. It happens all the time. Don't worry. Okay. So moving on to this question. This question, by the way, came last year in 2022 or I think 2022 only. And that too as a match the following only. And exactly the same options. Same options came last year in JEE Mains. Can you believe that? I mean, like, really. Adiabatic, guys. Obviously, there will be no heat exchange. Adiabatic is no heat exchange. I think everything is almost matching. Like, adiabatic is obviously no heat exchange. Isothermal, there will be no change in temperature. That's why there is no change in the internal energy. No change in the internal energy. Here Q is basically 0. Isochoric, work done is 0. Isochoric, work done is 0. Because change in the volume is 0. And isobaric, then there is no change in the pressure. Isobaric means pressure is constant. That's all. That's how you get it. Isn't that simple? Very, very easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just put some lemon symbols. Whenever a question is easy, you should put lemon symbols, yeah? In the chat box. You should have those lemon emojis. Please stop mixing lemon rice in chat box. Oh my God. And that too, who is saying? Ellen Apple is saying. What irony, man. Okay. Okay. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yes. Okay. Great. 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 Awesome. Coxer also said the same thing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Perfecto. Now we have some lemons. When life gives you lemons, what do you do, guys? There is a proverb, no? Or a statement or a phrase. When life gives you lemons, what do? That means basically life is playing with you. Life is just fooling you around and you are just taking a chuma attention. Then what do? Just make lemon juice. That's all. Hai na? That's it. That's all. Make lemon juice. Okay. Force required to move the block up is 2 times the force required to stop the block from moving down. Find mu. This question also came. I remember we have done this in the class during our regular things also. Make lemonade. Very good, Natarajan. So, first case, when you try to move the block up, the force is on the top. Mg sine theta will be downwards. Mg sine theta will be downwards. Okay, or I can just say mg sine 45 degrees. That will be better. Mg sine 45. Mg cos and normal I'm not showing. It's not so important. Friction will be also downwards because tendency is to go up. Tendency is to go up. this is where the tendency is. So friction always opposes the tendency of motion. You are trying to push it up. So frictional force will be mu mg cos 45. In this case, you are going to say force 1, let's say I call it F1, is basically what? mg sin 45 plus mu mg cos 45. That is the first case. In the second scenario, when you are preventing it from falling down, that means the tendency is downwards. The tendency is downwards. It wants to fall down, so you are trying to prevent it. You are trying to prevent it from falling down. So you are applying a force F2. Friction is upwards. Instead of falling down, it is holding it behind by pulling it up. So friction, which is mu mg cos 45, is upwards. There is normal on the top, mg cos over here, and obviously mg sin theta or mg sin 45 over here. In this case, F2 plus mg sin of 45 is basically mu mg cos 45. Find the value of F2. Find the value of F2. F2 will be nothing but, take this guy over there. So mu and cos 45 inside minus sin 45, this whole thing into mg. Now as per the given information, the force required to move the block up is twice the force required to hold it from going down. So F1 is twice F2. So F1 is basically twice F2. So you can see over here, mg is anyways common. So it will be basically sin 45 plus mu cos 45 is basically 2 times of, again mg is there, and you have mu cos 45 minus sin 45. See what and all is getting cancelled. mg, sin 45, cos 45, cos 45, sin 45. 1 by root 2 are the values, so they cancel out each other. So I'm just getting 1 plus mu is equal to 2 times of mu minus 1. So it is 2 mu minus 2 is 1 plus mu. So basically it will just become, take that mu on the other side, take that mu on the other side. So this will become nothing but mu, and this will become 3. I think I've done some silly mistake somewhere. This was supposed to be 1 by 3. Just check this out. Minus sin 45, mu minus 1. Okay. Just check this out. See if I made some mistake somewhere. Yeah, 1 by 3. I'm not able to figure out where I made a mistake, but okay, I'll just leave this part for later on. Okay, just you figure out where I have made a mistake and probably put up the answer later on. Okay, so I'm not sure where I have made the mistake, but the answer comes out to be 1 by 3. Okay, so just check this out. Yes, answer is 1 by 3. Okay, I think 1 minus mu should have been there somewhere, but okay, no problems. I'll just figure it out later on. Okay, cool. Okay, but you guys get the concept. The main idea is right over here, right? You just need to write these equations, solve the question, and you will get the answer. Okay, moving on. Okay, because I want to speed up this process a little bit, so I'm just moving on to the next question. A charge of 10 microcoulomb is placed at the origin. Where should a charge of 40 microcoulomb be placed on the x-axis so that the electric field at x is equal to 2? Okay, so here is the concept. Charge is placed at the origin. How much microcoulomb? 10 microcoulomb. So 10 microcoulomb is placed over here at the origin. Where should another charge be placed so that at x equals to 2 the field is 0? So x equals to 2 will be somewhere over here. This is x equals to 2. This is x equals to 0. Okay, so this distance is basically 2 meters. And on the other side, you are placing another charge of 40 microcoulomb. 40 microcoulomb. I don't know what this distance is. Let me just assume it as d. This guy will give some field. This guy will give some field. Both the fields will cancel. Both the fields will cancel. So the field from this side and the field from this side will basically cancel each other, so that the net field will be 0. Everyone? Cool? Awesome. Now, what do you do next? Electric field is nothing but K into Q. Q is 10 microcoulomb divided by R square. R is nothing but 2. So 2 square. electric field at point 2, electric field due to point or the second charge at this point will be nothing but K into 40 microcoulomb divided by D square. Now don't you see micro, K, and this 0 cancel. So what I am left with is 1 by 4 is equal to 4 by D square. So D square is 4 into 4. So D is basically 4 meters. But that's not the answer. D is 4 meters. So what will be the coordinate of this point? This is 4, this is 2. So this coordinate will be 4 plus 2, which is 6 meters. 4 plus 2, which is 6 meters. So option C. Option B is there. Many students make a mistake and put up as option B. That's not the answer. There's a distance from this point. From the origin, it is 4 plus 2. That's the catch. Everyone with me? Thank you, Sushant, Jangam. I will be waiting to see all of you, all the 11th to 12th moving students for the JEE 2024. Exactly like this. Next year, we are going to have a mains discussion for JEE 2024. What is the molar heat capacity of a diatomic gas at constant volume with one extra vibrational mode? Roast and run. Yes, I had my dinner at 7 o'clock early today. Thank you for asking, because I knew that this discussion is going to take a while. So I just finished it off early, and now I'm again feeling hungry because I'm not so used to taking such dinners early. Anyways, so CV is basically CV, right? A diatomic gas is degrees of freedom into R by 2. Now, when you take a diatomic gas, there are 3 translational, 2 rotational, and vibration. When there is one mode has 2 degrees of freedom. One mode has 2 degrees of freedom, guys. So you should basically count this one extra vibrational mode as 2 degrees of freedom. So it is counted over here as 3 plus 2 plus 2, which is basically 7. So this F becomes 7. So hence the answer is 7R by 2. Basically, one mode goes as potential, one degree goes as potential, other degree goes as kinetic energy. So that's why you will see one mode of vibrational energy actually corresponds to 2 degrees of freedom. That's how it goes. And Lakshmi, I'm very good. I'm perfectly fine. By the way, one small announcement, guys. On 30th and 31st, we'll be conducting discussion. 30th and 31st will be conducting discussion. On 29th, which is a Sunday, unfortunately, I'm not able to assemble a team to solve the paper because it's a Sunday and so many other things are also there. So many things are shut and all of that. And that's why what I will be doing is I'll be giving you the PDF of the question paper. So for all the students who are going to write the exam on 30, 31st and 1st, don't worry, don't get tense. Shreya sir, all the team is going to give you the PDF of the question paper, which is going to be conducted on 29th. Is that okay, guys? Perfecto? Awesome. And on 30th and 31st, Suri sir will come instead of me. The reason being, I had booked my tickets to go somewhere long time back. So unfortunately, I cannot make any changes in the tickets right now. But I know that discussion is important. So I'm so glad that Suri sir will be coming and discussing on 30th and 31st. Show your full support and full energy. Okay? Chalo. Let's go on to the next question. Resistance is 80 ohms. XC is 130 ohms. XL is 70 ohms. Find the power factor. Always, whenever such questions come, you need to think of the power triangle, nothing else. Always roast and run. So imagine resistance is always in the x-axis in the phasor diagram. So it is always in the phase of the current. So I will show resistance over here. And then you have your XL on the top. And then you have XC below. In this situation, resistance is 80 ohms. XC, oh my god, it's 130 ohms, and XL is basically 70 ohms. Okay, now this can be further simplified into 80 ohms of resistance. 130 minus 70, how much it is? 60, right? So it will be basically 60 ohms here. Everybody with me? Yes or no? Perfect. Now just rearrange this. What will you get? You will get basically 80 ohms here. You will get 60 ohms here. This is basically your, reactance. This is basically your resistance. And this is and this one is basically your impedance, 80, 60, obviously this will be 100. How? Pythagoras. So 100 ohms is basically your impedance. Did you now get the resistance triangle? Did you now get the resistance triangle? Perfecto. I hope you guys understood how I got this 60. This 60 is basically 130 minus 70. 130 minus 70 is going to give you basically 60. I hope this is clear. Very nice. So what is the power factor is asked. So power factor is basically cos of phi, where phi is the phase angle here. That is that phase angle over here. Cos phi is adjacent by hypotenuse. So it is 80 by 100. 0, 0 cancels. 8 by 10 is 4 by 5. That's it. 4 by 5 is the answer. Where is 4 by 5? Option B, done, done. B for IIT Bombay. There you go. Very good, Keshav. Perfecto. Perfecto. You win. And Gogzer, my God, like lemons running all over. I don't know. I mean, lemons are squeezed like crazy now. Too much of lemonade in the chat box, I feel. Such easy questions JEE has given. I mean, guys, this is 10th standard question. I felt like crying after I looked at this question. Why did they ask such a question? Again, take. You also take. You also take. Everybody take the marks. Just go. Run. Now look at this. Real object is placed in front of a plane mirror. What image is formed? Literally, this is the question. I think boards will ask more difficult question than this. Is it real image? Obviously no. Is it laterally inverted? Yes. Left becomes right, right becomes left. Yes. Erect? Yeah. If you stand like this, image is also erect. Same size? Yeah. Same size of image. It's a plane mirror. Obviously option D. How many of you are like, oh my God, sir, why am I not in this shift? What the hell is happening? Who are these lucky people, sir? Who are these lucky people? A big drop is broken into. A big drop is broken into 1,000 small drops. This question we did it, man, so many times in the class. For 1,000 drops, for 729 drops, 125 drops, cubes. You usually will find cubes here because you will see cube roots will come. That's all. So basically, if you take one big drop of radius r and break it into small 1,000 drops, 1,000 such drops, each of small radius r, then we know the volume should be conserved. So 4 by 3 pi r cube should be, there are 1,000 such drops, each of volume 4 by 3 pi small r cube. You can see 4 by 3 pi cancels, taking cube roots on both sides. So r will be basically your nothing but 10 small r. So small r will be capital R divided by 10. That is the first thing. Next thing, find the initial and final energy. Initial energy will be USA. I hope you remember this formula. Potential energy, surface energy is USA. Surface tension into area. How many of you remember this? If you remember it, it's very easy, guys. So, my dear students, initial energy is surface tension into area. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. That's it. Second time, finally, surface tension into area. Area is 4 pi small r square, but don't forget into 1,000. Why? Because there are 1,000 drops. 1,000 drops are there, so you have to multiply by 1,000. So just do the math. S into 4 pi small r is capital R by 10. So r square by 100 into 1,000 cancel this off. So it will be S into 4 pi r square into 10. So that is your final energy. So obviously now, what is initial by final? What is initial by final? SS 4 pi r square 110. Oh, that is it. It is 1 by 10. It is 1 by 10, or basically 10:1. I think it is final is to initial. So final is to initial will be 10:1. So that also means final by initial is 10:1. That is what the answer is. So EG, PG, lemon, squeegee. है ना? Very good. Excellent. Moving on to the next question. This question came in yesterday's shift and today's shift. Yesterday and today. It's a big secret. No longer a secret. Every time they are asking the same question. Every time units and dimensions. In the morning they gave units, work, this, and now they are asking this same thing. Viscosity also I did, Young's modulus, maybe I didn't do, but it's very easy. Planck's constant, work function and viscosity. Come on guys, which formulas are you going to use? For Planck's constant, use energy is equal to hf. So h will be basically dimension of energy by dimension of frequency. That's the formula. For work function, it is basically same as energy. It is same as energy. That's it. Same dimensions as energy. Next thing up, viscosity. Use force is equal to 6 pi eta rv. So eta will have the dimensions of force. Dimensionally it will be of force upon radius and velocity, isn't it? And lastly, who is there? Young's modulus. Young's modulus is basically stress by strain. Strain is dimensionless. Stress is nothing but force by area, and dimensions of strain is nothing, it's dimensionless. So whatever is the dimension of force upon the dimension of area. That's it. That's the logic for solving it. That's it. There you go. Option A is the correct answer. I'm not going to solve it completely. You figure it out. But did you understand the logic? Jasu, yes, option A is correcto. Yes, Kunjana. And if you guys got this question and you want this question, go ahead, smash the like button. I'll just pray for you. For every like that I get, I will pray that many times that every student in the next few shifts and maybe even in the next attempt gets questions like this. I will pray for you. Go smash the like button. Oh my God, they asked this question, guys. Like Gauss law, Faraday's law, magnetic law, Ampere's law. Match the following, which one is what? Guys, it's simple. Okay, Gauss law. Where is it? Gauss law. Where did it go? Yeah. Oh, I think the options are getting merged with the numbers, but yeah. Electric field into area's integral is enclosed charge by epsilon naught. That is your Gauss law. Faraday's law. Faraday's law. d phi by dt of magnetic field is nothing but the EMF. So I think that is this over here. Rate of change of magnetic field is E dot dl. This E dot dl, right, is basically the induced EMF. Induced EMF. Okay. Next, by the way, for this guy, this is nothing but the flux. This is basically the electric flux. Similarly, for magnetism, Gauss law, this is true. This is basically because of the fact that magnetic field are closed lines, closed loops. So because magnetic field lines are closed loops, that's why you will always see the net flux is always going to be zero. Ampere's law is basically integration of magnetic field with line integral, okay, is mu naught into I enclosed. But this is a factor which you take into account, which is also called as the displacement current. This is conduction current, this is displacement current. If you watched my formula session, how many marks do you think you would have got today? How many questions do you think you would have got today correctly? Easily, I'm saying, easily, I'm saying at least 10 questions, at least 10 questions. Just that 3-hour session, 10 into 4, you do it. 40 marks at least, I'm saying, just with the formula session. If you watch my discussions and sure shots and previous sessions, gone. No stopping. What about this? Two projectiles are thrown at an angle of alpha beta. Alpha plus beta is 90. Ratio of the range. Ratio of the range. We all know if alpha plus beta is 90 degree, alpha and beta are complementary angles. And we all know that for complementary angles, what happens is that if you throw the projectile at certain angle and it falls over here, then for that complementary angle, you will see probably it will take more time, but the range is same. So the ranges are same for the complementary angles. That's the logic for it. So this angle is same as this angle. Then this is what happens for complementary angles. 1:1. I mean, can you believe it? Can you believe it, guys? That this is the question which has come, and that comes to an end. So there is Eklavya batch starting very soon, and all thanks to the Eklavya teachers, the Eklavya team sitting behind for providing and helping us out with the solutions. A special mention to them as well as the Eklavya students. The Eklavya entry was over with the entrance test, but there is one more entry point after the mains results are out. So make sure you keep watching this space for the free mentorship program with doubt solving test series and as well as assignments and every single thing right from day one till the counseling, provided at absolutely zero cost to all the students. 2,500 kids cleared JEE Advanced thanks to the Eklavya program by Vedantu. So stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button and make sure you have hit the like button. Now it's time for Wasim sir to be here. Let me just make a call to Wasim sir. I'm pretty sure he's all excited, maybe watching me right now in the chat box. Like, okay, Shreyas sir, such a good class. Kunjana, very good. Disconnect? Okay. Chalo, so Wasim sir will be live. Bye bye. Hasta la vista, guys. Happy vacationing and happy studying and keep working hard. I'll see you after a long time. Okay. But whenever I get time, I'll try to be live. Bye bye. Have a great time. Hasta la vista.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome back again. So let me know quickly in the chats if all of you can hear me, if I'm perfectly audible, visible to everyone. Welcome people, welcome. Let me know in the chats quickly if all of you can hear me, if I'm perfectly audible, visible to everyone. Quickly people, quickly. Yes? Perfect guys. So till now you're done with the maths discussion, then followed by the physics, and now it's going to be the chemistry discussion, right? So people, I have come up with almost 25 questions, right? And let's try to solve these 25 questions in no time, quickly, right? So starting the today's session, my dear students, with the first question which is on your screen. Look at the question carefully and see what kind of the question was asked. Have a look people. A simple and a basic question this is. Find out the molar ratio of ethylene glycol required to make 500 ml of 0.25 molar and 250 ml of 0.25 molar. So basically you need to calculate the molar ratio basically, right? So basically my dear students, let's first of all calculate the millimoles of this ethylene glycol in the first solution. It is going to be molarity multiplied by volume in ml. Molarity of the first solution is 0.25, volume in ml is 500, so it's 0.25 multiplied by 500. These are the millimoles of ethylene glycol in the first part, right? Similarly, if I ask you what about the millimoles of ethylene glycol in the second one, it is going to be molarity multiplied by volume in ml. Molarity is again 0.25. Volume of the second solution is 250, right? What you need to calculate? You need to calculate the ratio of the moles, right? So just do one thing, just get the ratio of the millimoles, and whatever is going to be the ratio of the millimoles, same is going to be the ratio of the moles as well. Simple and basic equation, right? So this and this got cancelled. This is 1, this is 2. The ratio of the millimoles is coming out to be 2:1. That means the ratio of the moles comes out to be 2:1 as well, right? Perfect people? Someone is saying it stopped. Did it stop? No. It's fine, yeah? Am I audible, visible now properly? Am I audible, visible to you properly now, quickly? All right, people, all right. Okay, perfect. So the answer of this particular question is going to be 2:1. You were supposed to calculate the molar ratio over here in this particular question. A simple and basic question this was, right? My dear students, again one more question, right? Coming from the chapter electrochemistry in the morning shift also, there was a question asked from the electrochemistry chapter. Now again, one more question, right? And I'm 100% sure the ones who would have watched the short sessions in chemistry, they would have definitely got this question right. See guys, have a look. So first of all, you are given with a cell, right? It's a one complete cell in which 2 electrodes have been used. The value of concentration of M tripositive divided by concentration of M positive is 10 raised per x. Find the value of x, and there are few values which are given to us, correct? Now how do we approach these sort of questions, people? Understand. First of all, I'll be writing the reaction taking place at anode. You know, at anode what happens? At anode oxidation takes place, right? And your H2 is getting converted into H positive. At anode oxidation takes place, oxidation means loss of electrons, so H2 will be getting converted into 2 times H positive aqueous, and with this you'll be writing 2 electrons. This is the reaction taking place at anode, right? Similarly, my dear students, what will be the reaction taking place at cathode? You know, at cathode, reduction takes place. Reduction means gain of electrons. So it's M tri-positive getting converted into M positive. So basically, M tri-positive aqueous will be gaining some 2 electrons and getting converted into M positive aqueous. This is the reaction taking place at cathode as well. Yeah? So you wrote the reaction at anode, reaction at cathode. Now look at the two reactions, whether the electrons are balanced or not. Electrons are balanced in both the reactions, so you can directly add them up. And when you add them up, these 2 electrons will get cancelled out, and my net reaction is going to be H2 gas plus M tri-positive aqueous. H2 gas plus M tri-positive aqueous. It gives 2 times H positive aqueous, and with this you write M positive aqueous as well. So this is your net cell reaction, my dear students, right? Now at the same time, how many moles of electrons got exchanged in the net cell reaction? I must say 2 moles of electrons got exchanged in the net cell reaction as well. Yeah. What about the value of reaction quotient QC? Reaction quotient QC is going to be concentration of H positive. That's given to you as 1 molar. So 1 raised per anything is 1. It's going to be concentration of M positive raised per stoichiometric coefficient 1 divided by concentration of M tri-positive. Concentration of M tri-positive raised per stoichiometric coefficient 1. Partial pressure of H2 is given to us as 1 bar only, so it's going to be 1. Perfect. So right here you got the expression for QC as well. Now people, at the same time, E cell value is given to you. Perfect. I will be calculating first of all the E naught cell. What is E naught cell? E naught cell is simply going to be E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. What about the standard reduction potential of cathode? What about the standard reduction potential of cathode? This is the SRP of cathode, people, that's 2 volts. Minus standard reduction potential of anode. Anode is your hydrogen electrode, its SRP 0. So E naught cell is 2 volts. Now what you exactly will be doing, you'll be using the Nernst equation. And as far as the Nernst equation is concerned, E cell is equal to, what is E cell? E cell is given 1.1. E cell is equal to E naught cell. E naught cell is 2 volts minus 0.0591 divided by n value is 2, and it's going to be log of QC, and QC is simply going to be concentration of M positive divided by concentration of M tri-positive. Correct, people? I hope everything is clear till here. Yes, I'm sure everything is clear till here. Perfect. What exactly are we supposed to calculate? We are supposed to calculate the concentration of M tri-positive divided by concentration of M positive over here, right? So how exactly you are going to solve it further? It's going to be 1.1 minus 2 comes out to be minus 0.9, right? Minus 0.9 is equal to, it's going to be minus 0.0591 divided by 2. It's going to be log of concentration of M positive divided by concentration of M tri-positive. Basically in the equation it should be the value of M positive divided by M tri-positive. In the equation it should be like this. In the equation it should be concentration of M positive divided by concentration of M tri-positive is equal 10 raised per x. This will be given in the equation. Okay. Now so I'll be calling this as 10 raised per x over here. So minus got cancelled, right? Minus got cancelled. So it's a bit of calculation over here and get the value of x. Perfect. That's all. Simple and basic question. It is just a bit of calculation was needed. Perfect, guys. I'm sure you can easily solve this sort of equation. Basically, you are supposed to get the value of x, correct? So after solving this particular equation, you can get the value of x. At the end, you just have to take the anti-log. That's all. Yeah? I'm moving on to one more question. Look at this particular equation. See what the equation says and what we are supposed to calculate. Look at it, people. If H positive is increased, if H positive is increased by a factor of 1000, what happens to pH? Right? What is pH basically? pH is nothing. P stands for minus log. It is minus log of H positive concentration. Perfect? It's minus log of H positive concentration. Now the question says, if H positive concentration is increased by a factor of 1000, right? For example, I'm increasing the H positive concentration by a factor of 1000. I'm making it as 1000 H positive. I'm making it as 1000 H positive. What about the new pH? I'm representing the new pH by pH dash. So can I say pH dash over here will be equal to minus I'm keeping as such log of m into n it's going to be log of m plus log of n over here, right? So I must say pH dash is equal to minus, I'm writing as such, 3 log 10 means 3, right? It's going to be plus log of H positive, correct? Now people, just you need to reshuffle things. It's going to be pH dash is equal to, it's going to be minus 3 minus log of H positive over here. People, if I ask you minus log of H positive is something which we call as pH, right? Minus log of H positive we call as pH. So the new pH, which I'm representing by pH dash, it came out to be pH minus 3, right? This is going to be the correct answer of the question. I'm sure you can easily solve this sort of equation if it comes. Yes? So if you're increasing the concentration of H positive by 1000, pH is decreased by 3 units. As simple as that. Perfect? Let me know quickly in the chats if you got to know how to solve this question. Quickly, people. Quickly, everyone. Everyone quickly. Yes? Wonderful. All right. Change in the oxidation state of chromium in K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium. You must be knowing your K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium, it gets converted into Cr tri positive, right? You have to calculate the change in the oxidation state, correct? See, the oxidation state of chromium right here is plus 6. The oxidation state of chromium right here is plus 3. So initial oxidation state is plus 6. Final oxidation state is plus 3. Let's say you are supposed to calculate change in the oxidation state for 1 atom of chromium. Change in the oxidation state for 1 atom of chromium is going to be mod of final oxidation state of chromium minus the initial oxidation state of chromium, value comes out B3. This is the change in the oxidation state for 1 atom of chromium. If you are supposed to calculate change in the oxidation state for 2 atoms of chromium, say for 1 atom of chromium the change is 3, for 2 atoms of chromium the change is going to be 6. Now whatever is asked in the question, accordingly you will put the answer, right? Simple basic question. Whatever is asked, say this is something which we got from the student, right? I don't know exactly what was mentioned in this particular question. If they are asking about the change in the oxidation state for 1 atom, it's going to be 3. If they are asking about the change in the oxidation state for 2 atoms, it's going to be 6. If they are asking about the n factor of K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium, this is what we call as n factor as well, right? Or valency factor. Perfect. Anything can be asked out of this. All right, people. So moving on to one more question. Look at this one. Look at this one. Did you find this question in your examination, people? For the reaction A gives B, rate constant is given. Rate constant is given. Just have a look exactly on the rate constant unit. It is second inverse. Second inverse means the reaction has to be of the first order, right? So statement number 5 is absolutely incorrect. It says it's 0 order. No, it's going to be the first order because the rate constant unit is second inverse. Number one. Number 2, if it is the first order reaction, people, how do we calculate the half-life? Half-life is going to be 0.693 divided by K, and rate constant, it's going to be 0.693 divided by K. K is the rate constant which is given, that is 2 into 10 raised power minus 3 second inverse, right? So T half, I must say, will be equal to 0. Or let's keep it as 693 divided by 2. The value comes out to be 232426, approximately 346 seconds. This is going to be the half-life of the reaction. But it's mentioned that half-life of the reaction is 500, so this is again incorrect. This is again incorrect, right? Now people, look at the first one. The reaction is completed in 1000 seconds. It is a first order reaction. If you remember, time taken to complete first order reaction is infinite, right? I hope you remember. If you remember the graph between AT versus T. If you remember the graph between AT versus T for the first order reactions, it will be like this. The graph does not touch the time axis. The graph does not touch the time axis in case of the first order reactions, right? That means a first order reaction never undergoes 100% completion. Perfect. I hope you know that. A first order reaction never undergoes 100% completion. This graph never touches the time axis over here. So this one is incorrect as well. Well, it's asked that the unit of rate constant is same as that of the rate. What are the units of rate? One of the unit of rate is going to be moles, liter inverse, second inverse. Perfect. What are the units of rate constant for the first order? Right now it's second inverse. Are the rate constant and rate units same for first order? No. This statement is also incorrect. Okay, now one statement is left. That is degree of dissociation. degree of dissociation for first order is equal to 1 minus e raised per minus kt. How do I check it? See, we have got the reaction A gives B. Let's say at time t is equal to 0, initially the moles of reactant is A naught. At time t, for example, the moles of reactant left is AT. I'm assuming at time t is equal to 0, the initial moles of reactant is equal to A naught. The moles of reactant left at time t is equal to AT. How do you define the degree of dissociation? Degree of dissociation is simply number of moles of reactants dissociated divided by initial moles of reactants taken. My dear people, initially you had A naught moles. Now you are left with AT. You had A naught. Now you are left with AT. So A naught minus AT. A naught minus AT gives me the number of moles of reactant that got dissociated divided by initial moles of reactant, that is A naught. Initial moles of reactant, that is A naught. Now people, I'm 100% sure you would have studied one equation about the first order, that's AT is equal to A naught e raised per minus KT. This is something which you would have studied many a times for first order kinetics. So A naught everywhere cancelled, so the value comes out to be 1 minus e raised per minus KT. Absolutely, this is the degree of dissociation for the first order reactions. Perfect, so this one is correct. Okay, and if you remember for zero order reactions, what is the degree of dissociation for zero order reactions? For zero order reactions, what you will do, alpha is equal to KT divided by A naught. This is the degree of dissociation for the zero order reactions. Maybe in some shift they will be asking about this one. Okay, perfectly done. So the question was, how many statements were correct? Maybe in the question they'll be asking about the correct statements or incorrect statements. Accordingly, you will answer your question. Yeah, you got to know there is only one statement correct, rest all the statements are incorrect. Moving ahead people. All right, look at this question. The question is from the chapter mole concept, and I'm 100% sure you would have solved this question properly. A hydrocarbon, you have got a hydrocarbon, all right, that's having the molar mass of 84 grams per mole, 85.8% carbon by mass. Calculate the number of hydrogen atoms in one molecule. All right, it's a bit lengthy question. See, so basically you have got a hydrocarbon which contains carbon. What is the percentage of carbon, people? Percentage of carbon in the hydrocarbon is 85.8%, right? So what will be the percentage of hydrogen? 100 minus this comes out to be 14.2%, right? This is the percentage of the elements in the hydrocarbon. Perfect. Now people, what I'll be doing? I'll be calculating the atomic ratio, or you can call it as the moles. How do we get the atomic ratio? Divide the given percentage by its atomic mass, that's 12, right? This is going to be 14.2 divided by atomic mass of hydrogen, that's 1. This value approximately will come out to be 7, and this value approximately you will take as 14. This is the atomic ratio. Now I'll be calculating the least atomic ratio. Least atomic ratio means 7 divided by 7. 14 divided by 7, the value comes out to be 1, the value comes out to be 2. So you got the least atomic ratio, that means you got the empirical formula. So what is the empirical formula of the compound? It's going to be C1H2. This is the empirical formula. If this is the empirical formula, if I ask you, what will be the molecular formula? Okay, since you calculate the empirical formula, tell me what will be the value of empirical formula mass? Empirical formula mass will be 12 plus 2, 14, right? This is the empirical formula mass over here. This is the empirical formula mass over here. Now you got the empirical formula mass. You have the molar mass as well. Can we get the value of N? What is N if I ask you? N means empirical mass divided by, just a second. N is equal to molar mass divided by empirical mass, right? Molar mass is given to me as per the equation, that's 84. Divided by empirical mass, we got to know is 14. So this value will be how much? How much it will be? 6, right? Perfect. 6 4s are 24, yes. So N value you got to know as 6. If you got the value of N as 6, then you can calculate the molecular formula of the compound, which will be empirical formula multiplied by N. Since empirical formula you calculated as C1H2 multiplied by N value is 6, so the molecular formula will be C6H12. So this is the molecular formula of the compound. If this is the molecular formula of the compound, we were supposed to calculate the number of hydrogen atoms in one molecule. So 12 hydrogen atoms, right? So option C has to be the correct answer. Perfect. Isn't it simple, people? So basically, we were given with the percentage of elements. We calculated the empirical formula, then calculated the molecular formula by the general procedure, and later on got to know the number of hydrogen atoms in one molecule of the compound. Let me know quickly in the charts if it is clear. Everyone, people, everyone. All right. One more question. Look at this one. How many of the following orbitals are considered as axial orbitals? What are axial orbitals? Axial orbitals are the ones which have got lobes along the axis, So px, it has got the lobe along x-axis, lobes along y-axis, lobes along z-axis, lobes between the axis, so these three are non-axial, and lobes between the axis, lobes between the axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there are 5 orbitals which are axial ones, Axial ones means lobes along the axis, and there are these 3 orbitals which have got lobes between the axis. I'm not going to draw their structures. I'm 100% sure that you already know it. Correct? So the answer of this question would have been absolutely 5. Okay. One question, people, which I liked. The question from the thermochemistry part. This was a bit, in which you have to do a bit of calculation basically. Let's see how this question is to be solved, what the question says. As per the question, my dear students, you have got a mixture containing CH4 and C2H4. Perfect. You have got a mixture containing CH4 and C2H4. This mixture has got the volume of 16.8 liters. 16.8 liters. I'm assuming out of 16.8 liters, let's say there are X liters of methane in this mixture. So remaining is going to be what? Remaining is going to be 16 minus 8 liters. Perfect. Now people, this mixture, it undergoes combustion to form carbon dioxide. With a total volume of 28 liters at same temperature and pressure. If the enthalpy of combustion is this much, enthalpy of combustion of this is this, find the magnitude of heat released. See guys, how do we approach this sort of equation? Understand properly. So basically you have got a mixture, you are doing the combustion of this mixture. That means in this container you are, let's say in this container there is CH4 and C2H4. Now in the same container what you are adding? You are adding oxygen. That oxygen which you are adding, that's going to react with CH4 as well as C2H4. When the oxygen reacts with CH4, it's going to lead to the formation of carbon dioxide, and with this you'll be getting water. And similarly, when some amount of oxygen reacts with C2H4, again it's going to lead to the formation of what? Again it's going to lead to the formation of carbon dioxide and water. The first thing which I'll be doing, I will be balancing these reactions. Let's try to balance these reactions. Have a look, people. See, let's call this as 1, let's call this as 2, this is going to be 2 as well, right? If this is 2, make it 2. If this is 4, make it 2 times, right? And this is going to be 3 times. So you have balanced the reactions. Perfect. Now people, as per the question, understand properly what I'm going to say. Consider a mixture of CH4 and C2H4. All right, see, as per the given question, how many liters of CH4 are there in the container? X liters of CH4 are there in the container. And how many liters of C2H4 are there in the container? 16.8 liters of CH4 are in the container. Can I say 1 liter of CH4 produces 1 liter of carbon dioxide? So X liters of CH4 are going to produce X liters of carbon dioxide. So from the first reaction, you are getting X liters of carbon dioxide. Similarly, 1 liter gives 2 liters. 16.8 liters are going to give me 2 multiplied by 16. This is 16.8 minus X. Just a second, sorry. This is 16.8 minus X, right? Okay, so if I say 1 liter is giving me 2 liters, so 16.8 minus X liters are going to give me 2 into 16.8 minus X liters of what? Of carbon dioxide. Perfect. So from these two reactions, X liters of carbon dioxide are being released from this reaction, and these many liters of carbon dioxide are being released from the second reaction. If I ask you, what about the total volume of carbon dioxide released? Total volume of carbon dioxide released as per the question, that's given to me as 28 liters. So total volume of carbon dioxide released will be, this is going to be X plus, this is going to be 2 times 16.8 minus X, right? This is equal to 28. So from this particular equation, you can easily get the value of X, I'm sure, right? Can you let me know in the chats what is the value of X which you will get after solving this? Can you quickly let me know what is the value of X which you will get after solving this? It's going to be X plus 2, 8, 16, 2, 6, 12, 13, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 33.6 minus 2X is equal to 28. So it's going to be minus X is equal to minus 5.6. So X value came out to be 5.6 liters. So X value we got to know as 5.6 liters. If X is equal to 5.6 liters, So 16.8 minus 5.6. 16.8 minus 5.6. The value comes out to be 11.2 liters. So I got to know the volume of CH4 in the mixture is equal to 5.6 liters, and the volume of C2H4 in the mixture is going to be what? It's going to be 11.2 liters. Perfect. Now people, let's erase all this calculation. It's a bit lengthy question, I told you already, right? See, if I ask you, you got the volume of CH4 in the mixture. You got the volume of C2H4 in the mixture. Now tell me, how many moles of CH4 are there in the mixture? It's going to be 5.6 liters divided by 22.4, right? Perfect. So this value is going to come as 1 by 4. Similarly, if I ask you, how many moles of C2H4 are there in the mixture? It's going to be 11.2 divided by 22.4. The value comes out to be 1 by 2. So you got to know the moles of CH4 and C2H4 in the mixture, right? Now people analyze one thing. It's given that the enthalpy of combustion of CH4 is minus 900 kilojoules per mole. What does it mean? It means when we do the combustion of 1 mole of CH4, how much heat is released? 900 kilojoules of heat is released. When we do the combustion of 1 mole of CH4, 900 kilojoules of heat is released. But are we doing the combustion of 1 mole of CH4? No, we are doing the combustion of 1 by 4 moles of CH4. So when we do the combustion of 1 by 4 moles of CH4, how much heat will be released? It's going to be 1 by 4 multiplied by 900. So these many kilojoules of heat will be released when we do the combustion of 1 by 4 moles of CH4. Perfect. Similarly, from the second reaction, when we do the combustion of 1 mole of C2H4, 1400 kilojoules of heat is released. But are we doing the combustion of 1 mole of C2H4? No. We are doing the combustion of 1 by 2 moles of C2H4. So from 1 mole, 1400 kilojoules of heat is released. From 1 by 2 moles, how much heat will be released? It's 1 by 2 multiplied by 1400. Perfect. So this is the total heat released, right, which we were supposed to calculate. Perfect. Find the magnitude of heat released. So just solve it a bit. It's going to be 2,1, this is going to be 700. Perfect. This is going to be 4,1, this is going to be 4,2. So 700 plus 225 comes out to be 925 kilojoules. So this is the total heat released during the combustion of this particular mixture, which we were supposed to calculate. It was a bit lengthy question, right? Basically, long back, like years back, the same question, the question of the same type was asked in your JEE Advanced, right? I mean years back. I don't know exactly in which year. So it was not actually the JEE main standard question. It was absolutely, this question I would rate as its difficulty level was, right, more than moderate for sure. Moving towards the difficulty, yeah? Perfect. So moving on to one more. All right, this was one more question asked. Question was, which of the following is the weakest reducing agent? See guys, weakest reducing agent means strongest oxidizing agent. Weakest reducing agent means strongest oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent undergoes reduction. Oxidizing agent undergoes reduction. Can I say the one which will be having maximum SRP will undergo reduction easily, will be the better oxidizing agent? Simple concept. Weakest reducing agent means stronger oxidizing agent. Stronger oxidizing agent undergoes reduction easily. Which will undergo reduction easily? The one which will be having more SRP. Now compare the SRP values. Sodium has got maximum SRP here. Sodium has got maximum SRP. If sodium has maximum SRP, it will undergo reduction easily. It will be the better oxidizing agent. If it is the better oxidizing agent, it's going to be the weak reducing agent. Weak reducing agent. So we were supposed to check that only. Which of the following is the weak reducing agent or better oxidizing agent? So it's going to be sodium, which is going to be the correct answer of this particular question. Perfectly done. Moving on to one more question, people. Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. Have a look on this question. Match column 1 with column 2, right? So basically you were supposed to match these complexes with the lambda values. Now how exactly you are going to solve this? It's simple, guys. You know, more the splitting means more is the energy gap, and more the energy gap, lesser is going to be wavelength, right? Delta E, energy gap, it's inversely proportional to what? Wavelength. Yes. So people, now first of all, when can be the energy gap more? Energy gap will be only more when splitting is more. When can be the splitting more? Splitting can be more when in presence of a strong field ligand, right? Strong field ligand causes greater splitting. Perfect. Look at the ligands. See, this is basically cobalt tri-positive, this is cobalt tri-positive, here also tri-positive, everywhere it's cobalt tri-positive. Now you are going to decide on the basis of ligands. Cn negative is the strongest ligand among all these, strongest ligand. It will cause maximum splitting, so maximum energy gap, minimum wavelength. Which is the minimum value among these? 375. So match this with it, okay? Now, 6 NH3, 5 NH3 and 1 Cl. NH3 is stronger than that of Cl negative for sure. If I talk about the ligand field strength. So people, what will happen? More splitting again. If I compare the splitting in these two cases, splitting in the second one will be more. If splitting in the second one is more energy gap, less wavelength, right? So now among these two, the lesser value is 535. So match this one and then match with this one. So what is the answer of this question? A, you are going to match with P. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is P, this is Q. Where is R? Okay, this is S, yeah. So A, you are matching with Q, B, you are matching with P, and C, you are matching with S. So it's going to be option C, right? I hope this sort of equation again you can solve from now onwards. Simple, in simple words, stronger the ligand, more the splitting, more the energy gap, lesser the wavelength. That's all. Perfecto? All right, people, moving on to one more question. Again, one question was asked in the morning shift as well, if you remember. The similar sort of question was asked in the morning shift. Now, people, these are the amines which are given and you are going to match them with their pKb value, right? So basically, I'm sure you know that the basic strength is directly proportional to Kb, which is inversely proportional to pKb. Now, we have got ethanamine, we have got N-ethyl ethanamine, we have got N and dimethyl, right? Then we have got benzenamine, right? Perfect. I'm sure you can easily solve. Question directly from your NCERT itself, right? And it's given in aqueous phase. So first of all, this benzamine, it will be having least basic strength, right? Because the lone pair of nitrogen will be participating in the resonance. The lone pair of nitrogen, it's basically aniline, right? In case of aniline, the lone pair of nitrogen is in conjugation. Perfect. So it's least basic. Least basic means maximum pKb. Which one is maximum? This is the maximum pKb, right? Perfect. Maximum pKb means minimum basic strength. So if I give the order of basic strength order is going to be, it's going to be 2 degree, 3 degree, then 1 degree, right? And at the end, you'll be talking about this aniline. Perfect. This is the basic strength. And opposite of it will be what? Opposite of it will be the pKb order. So it's going to be aniline comes first, then comes your 1 degree, then comes your 3 degree, then comes your 2 degree. This is going to be the order over here. And in your NCERT, these are the values which are also given to us. You can match them directly. Yeah. Now I'm 100% sure you can easily give the order. Perfect, guys. So this is your 1 degree, this is your 2 degree, this is 3 degree. As per the values, you can just arrange them. Perfect. All right. Moving on to one more question. Look at this question, people. Look at this question. I'm not sure what you exactly wrote in this question, but have a look. Assertion says, alkali metals show characteristic color. Perfect. Yes, alkali metals show characteristic color, but it's showing in reducing flame. In your NCERT, it's given that alkali metals, they show characteristic color in oxidizing flame. In oxidizing flame, it is mentioned in NCERT, right? So this statement, I'm just making it across. They can be identified by the flame test. Absolutely, they can be identified with the flame test. So A is incorrect and R is correct. A is incorrect, R is correct, right? In your NCERT, it's mentioned that your alkali metal shows characteristic color in oxidizing flame, but over here they have given the reducing flame. Perfect. Be careful with all these for the ones who are going to write it in the upcoming ones, right? All right, people. Yeah, here is a statement. The alkali metals and their salts impart characteristic color to the oxidizing flame. This is the statement given in NCERT. Be careful with all this. And if you remember, in the morning shift, a question was asked from this flame coloration as well. In the morning shift also. Perfect. And similar sort of questions are being repeated. Perfect. So you can prepare accordingly, people. Right? According to, arrange the following elements in increasing order of metallic character. Metallic. Say, group second, group first, group 14. Group first will be more metallic than that of group second, of course, right? So potassium will be maximum metallic. Potassium will be maximum metallic. On moving from top to the bottom, what happens to metallic character? Metallic character increases, right? So among magnesium and beryllium, which one will be more metallic? It's going to be magnesium, which will be more metallic. Then comes your beryllium. And this silicon, it's basically a metalloid, you know, right? So this is going to be the order of the metallic character. Simple and basic. Perfect, people? Yeah, basically, on moving from top to the bottom, metallic character increases. On moving from left to right, metallic character decreases. Perfect. This is the simple thing which you need to remember, and done with the equation. Moving ahead. All right, look at this question, people. Look at this question carefully. Just tell me one thing, whether it was mentioned that carbon dioxide is soluble, or in the question it was mentioned that carbon monoxide is sparingly soluble, right? Just tell me that in the chats once. Whether in the question it was mentioned that carbon monoxide is soluble or sparingly soluble. What was exactly mentioned in the question? Accordingly, I'll give you the answer. What was exactly mentioned in the question? Quickly. People are saying it was sparingly. It was mentioned that carbon monoxide is sparingly soluble. All right. Now the question, the answer will accordingly change. See, the question says carbon forms two oxides, absolutely correct. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, absolutely correct. Carbon monoxide is the neutral ligand, every one of you will be knowing. Carbon dioxide is acidic, absolutely correct. So assertion is absolutely damn correct, right? Everything, whatever is mentioned in the assertion, that's absolutely correct. Carbon dioxide will combine with water to form carbonic acid, correct only, right? And carbon monoxide is sparingly soluble. This is also correct. Carbon monoxide, it is sparingly soluble in water. Perfect. So this is also correct. But no doubt assertion is correct, reason is correct. But is the reason correct explanation of assertion? No. Right? See, we know carbon monoxide, it is neutral. The reason why it's neutral, it has got nothing to do with all this, what is mentioned in the second statement. Correct? Why carbon monoxide is basically neutral? Because in water, it does not form the oxyacid, right? Perfect. So assertion is correct, reason is correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Yeah, so what should be the correct answer? A and R both are correct, but R is not the correct explanation. This should be the correct answer of this question, people. Yeah? Perfectly done. All right, one simple and basic question. I'm 100% sure you would have killed it. What do you think about this? Which of the following has two chiral centers? 2 bromo, 3 deuteriobutane, right? So 1 carbon, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. It's 2 bromo and here you have got deuterium. Perfect. You need to see exactly how many chiral centers we have. How many chiral centers we have here? If you talk about this particular center, there is hydrogen over here as well. Similarly, there is hydrogen over here as well. Look at this particular carbon, guys. Br, CH3, hydrogen, one more group. So all the 4 different groups are attached with this carbon. So it's chiral. Similarly, this particular carbon, CH3, deuterium, hydrogen, a different group. So all the 4 different groups are attached. So this is also chiral. So perfectly, there are 2 chiral centers, right? So option A only will be the answer of the question. Right, people? Option A will be the correct answer of the question. Both the carbons, the middle ones, they are basically the chiral centers because towards every carbon, 4 different groups are attached, right? Okay, one more question, directly memory based question, right? What are the uses of these polymers? Right? Glaptal, it's a paint, right? It's a paint. LDP, right? What is LDP? LDP is used for toys, right? Oh, this is given, right? I mean, just remember them. Acrylon, synthetic wool, neoprene, it's used for conveyor belts, gaskets, hoses, right? Have a look on these as well. Questions can be asked in the upcoming shifts from this. Okay? Perfect, guys. So moving on to one more question. Can you just confirm it once whether this question was asked or not? Chloride salt of M. So we have got a chloride salt of M. So this is the chloride salt of M which we have. is treated with excess of AgNO3. I'm mixing it with excess of AgNO3, right? It forms a curdy white precipitate. What will be the white precipitate which will be forming? It is going to form AgCl basically. This is the white PPT, right? This is the white precipitate, curdy white precipitate. Perfect. This is something which I'm calling as A. When A is treated, when this white precipitate is treated with NH4OH, when you treat this AgCl with NH4OH, perfect, what you'll be getting? Let's make it as 2 times. So what you'll be getting exactly? You'll be getting Ag, this is going to be NH3 twice, and it's going to be Cl. Perfect. So this is going to be your B. Perfect, people. So this was your AgCl was A, and this is your B, and this A and B only you were supposed to check. So option. So first of all, you'll eliminate this one, you'll eliminate this one, right? Either the answer is going to be A or going to be C. So absolutely it's going to be A. Direct reactions from NCERT. Direct reactions, people. Nothing to worry about this. Yeah? All right, moving on to one more. Was this the question asked? Height of stratosphere, troposphere, thermosphere, right? This question has been asked many a times, right? I mean, related to these spheres, which I never remember, okay? Right? These questions, many a times they ask these. So whatever the question was, accordingly, you'll answer your question, right? So it's given as thermosphere, its height will be maximum, thermosphere. Then you have got stratosphere. So height of thermosphere will be maximum, followed by stratosphere. Then you have got troposphere as well. Perfect. So if the height order was mentioned, accordingly, I'm 100% sure you would have given the height order. Yeah? Perfect. Alrighty. Moving on to one more. Look at this question. Consider the following reaction. The correct product will be. Alright. What is going to be the correct product? The reaction is taking place in the acidic medium. This is H positive. This is heat. Right? So basically, this oxygen, if you talk about, this oxygen has got a lone pair. This lone pair is going to attack at this position. If the lone pair attacks at this position, what's going to happen? I'm going to write it here, okay? I'm going to write it here. This is CH3. Perfect. It becomes OH2 positive, right? This is CH3 and this is CH3, correct? Now, people, what is going to happen? Water is going to leave, carbocation formation will take place. Right? So this is CH3, this will be a carbocation over here. These are 2 methyl groups. Now, if the carbocation is at this position, there can be rearrangement as well. There will be 1,2 methyl shift. There will be 1,2 methyl shift. And due to the methyl shift, what's going to happen? This is going to be your CH3. This is CH3, right? Even this is CH3, but now this particular carbon is carrying the positive charge. Now, in presence of water, what's going to happen? At this particular position, you are going to attach the OH negative, right? Perfect. So this is going to be the final product. This is your CH3. This is one more CH3. This is one more CH3. And with this, you're attaching the OH. This is the final product, people, which you were supposed to guess. Yeah? Okay, so let's have a look on the options. Oh, options are not given. I mean, this is something given, right? So this is the correct answer, which we formed, right? Perfect. Yeah, the CH3 said yes, everything done. See, in yesterday's shift, question was asked from the ring expansion, right? Ring expansion. In yesterday's evening shift, question was asked from the reaction cleavage of ether, right? Now, over here again, based on rearrangement and etc., etc. So have an eye on these sort of questions as well. Okay? Look at this question. Adiabatic. In adiabatic process, there is no heat exchange between system and surroundings, right? Whenever the ideal gas undergoes isothermal process, delta T is 0, which is not true for real gases, okay? It's true for only ideal gases. Isochoric process, work done will be 0. Isobaric, pressure constant, delta P 0. Done? Simple basic question this was. Okay, one more question directly from the NCERT, and it is the last question, people. Perfect. And this particular question was taken out from this particular paragraph. BHA, right? Oxidant it's used for. It's used as the oxidant. BHA is added to butter to increase its shelf life. Absolutely correct statement. It'll be mentioned here somewhere. Just a second. In this particular paragraph only it will be mentioned. These are important and necessary food additives. They help in food preservation by retarding the oxygen. They act through several chemical mechanisms. The two familiar antioxidants are BHT and BHA. The addition of BHA to butter increases the shelf life. Yes, look at this statement. The addition of BHA to butter increases its shelf life from months to years, people, right? From months to years. Yes, perfect. Sometimes BHT and BHA along with the citric acid are added to produce more effect. Sulfur dioxide and sulfite are useful oxidants for wine and beer, sugar syrups, and cut, peeled, or dried fruits and vegetables, right? So both the ones are perfectly correct. Both the ones are perfectly correct, right? So people, with this, your chemistry paper discussion is over. So I had some, let me check if do we have further more questions. Just a second. These were the questions which I got till now. These were some 22 questions from the second shift of your chemistry section. I'm sure you got to know exactly the level and your answers. Just a second, guys. Yeah, that's all. That's all. So people, everything perfect? Got to know exactly what is going to be asked? Is everything perfect? So wishing you all the luck again, the ones who are going to write the examination after like few days, right? And my dear students, whatever questions they are asking, basically, we have given you the similar type of the questions in the short the short sessions which we took in physics, chemistry, as well as mathematics. Just watch that short session. Perfect. That's going to be really beneficial for all of you. Perfect. Because all these types of, majority of the types of the questions we've already, shown there in the shorts. Perfect. Just once watch that particular session. It'll be in the live category of the videos. Yeah. And at the same time, again, wishing you all the luck. Take care. If you have not liked the session yet, please keep on liking the session, sharing the video, keep on encouraging us at the same time, so that we'll keep on encouraging you all the time. Yeah. So we will see you in the next paper discussion. Till then, you prepare properly. Take care. God bless you all. Love you all. I hope you got to know exactly how to tackle all these types of the questions. Let's just have a quick overview on what were the questions asked. One question for BHA, adiabatic. One question on the reaction part. This was the environmental chemistry. This was the normal question. Right? Types, uses of polymers. How many chiral centers are related to carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, metallic character, alkali metals, coordination chemistry, right? Amines as block elements. Normal question, you can say whether this from atomic structure or coordination compounds. This was a nice question, which I liked among all. This was a nice question. I'm 100% sure there will be not more than 1% students who would have solved it properly in the examination. I'm sure about that. And this was the game changer here. This was a simple one based on empirical molecular formula. Even this was comparatively a nice question because a lot of things were asked basically, right? This was again a nice question. Very simple, basic. Even this was basic. This question was again simple only, but a bit of calculation was needed to solve this particular question, right? Correct? Yeah. And then you have got a question based on the molar ratio. This was again a very simple question only. That's it. Hope you liked it. Chalo, take care. God bless you all. And again, I'm telling you, if you have not smashed that like button, do smash that like. And take care. God bless you all. Good night. Bye-bye. Take care, guys.